Central Region, Chochofo. This is the avatar man, the man who prays in Hebrew Kasa. Wabedu Asante Mantem Chochofo. If I'm the region and a top, I think so. Nipa Duba Akune no more represented and Nidwe Ewo Central Region. Our manifesto lunch. Chama to me akwaba. I'm very controversial of late. I don't know. Yes, sir. There no more be brought to go from Emono at the whole year name Chinuane a Sakasaka neighbor. Why?
Just sure. I'm a peace man, so I move with peace. And you know, be a me piano at the Asunjana bar.
Because you also operation 47. So your intent is just to create chaos. What did you see by force, which is not the best.
They are telling you, and say, when we talk about Ashanti, we have three significant Anyamami and San with me when Ashanti. I can't Sika Jokofi. Na yaka Asante Kozako, na yaka NPP. Na aya Asante Mamudia, yade constituency ni bi te sa aso ase, ene sachra from place ne adjura sachra duma se yade ye piloting. Yade hwe se sankan DC for no betima ya but we hunu se bibia no hom betima ya. So we are taking the seat back. Aya 2020 we are taking the seat back. 2020 is non-negotiable. Said the Onyankopa Kano Joshua no. Osibe bia odo na bisi bia no the whole man. Enti sa election we there. Ayet 40 agenda 47 90%.
But then was antimantema unya sa akukudru no. How did this edge me?
I mean ni nyina ne say abra ye ba no de ye ma na ketewa otimi eye no. Ono ne ye ma na kese a otimi ye. Asante Mantem, Abra NDC by 2009 to 2016. No, Oman to me and ya acquaint bebre or ho. Now, what share to say the acquaint ya hodua, Danado Danko Kufado Yama Asante. Oba now share Abra Yabano, not doom so ho. Not doom so ho, Yaba doom so na free ho. Nanso Sabra NDC wo ho no, net doom so crania triamoka, Nanso Sonia light. But in Sion and free light, no so. Our bra, the money Mahama, or Carson Could or better 15% as Sanway. And son, I promise you, the mass of free education about so. Free education is a swab. And every district to be able to be an Udra Sante Regina. A month for no Casa AC, Sawan district one factory. Uba Micro see, I mean, from 4. And 4 micro contents specific, Massy 4. What you say? And see, the idea of the bar said, President of the bar said, one district, one factory, I catch it. And I will buy Ufra Kra, no Bas Central Regional. Now, so come via all those set your COVID, but who say, a month for the no, see a dying. One who see dying, one to mean Timota, one to mean conceal, and one to mean Peja block. And teachers say a month for Juma a year. And son out the crime are buying who's swap. Or didn't up crab bar. Or share all the sectors in Indian as a swap. Yet me about be employed. Unemployment graduate are no Wagana no. And you pay 550,000 people. Woman United Vanya Juma. And see, as Antimantem, you want it that's what say. You should your covered the impact, but not the another Danko Kufado a year. You're going to say the former no man and now.
Well, finally, Chairman, me Musawi, and then manifesto lunch. Your theme needed, but one cause our expectation. Bumpa ya ne ujiri say your expectation manifesto ya yebe lunch. There now share himself party no edibe tuja ebe Ghana for and the cancer will give the opportunity for 4 more years to do more.
Yo, I dear me expect for NPP Manifesto. They say NPP Manifesto have to be or must be a Ghana manifesto. Because Ghana, I know any here, I see NPP, NDC, CPP, all the political party. And to me, Mr. Ochedi and Ponyagopo say, Yadi manifesto no, I'm about 2 Jano. Now, ye Ghana manifesto. I dear bit me Abua Ghana for you now. If you say, Usha 2016 now. You the free education by a Ghana manifesto. Ghana manifesto. And the Clubia no se vet me develop here. I had this young pair and a bit mama Clubia develop. So we are Jumadia, Eddie Neba, Neba, Ebama Unkwa, and no Bushiaka crowd, Nafo, Ukruma, or but a bad Bushiadia, a Koma Ghana, Mamunin, and a Trasso, the Akovia for Nana. And to me, as what I say, education, Yevenia giant step policy for another education sector. You bet me who say, even from here, no, say, Yahoo baby, SHS and echo. Yahoo baby, SHS and echo. And at the end of the SHS and so, at the end, you bet me, the amount tertiary. Tertiary. When near the Amir.
Chairman, okay, good. Chairman, what you want to say? And then any aiding community service, protecting our progress and transforming Ghana for all. Is that correct?
I do not want to preempt today's event. This is a major event on the campaign calendar. And as you know, launching of a manifesto to brief the entire party membership, the entire Ghana, and the world at large to know the new patriotic party's desire for 4 more for Nana from 7th December is anchored on what we are going to present today. So don't let me take the wind out of the sail.
Okay, so the buyer won't take wind out of the sail. No, we will say Edika Bunkunta quickly. Yamamu in fear Marco 9, almost there. Would you say enough to demonstrate? Says I
very well. Baby, you're for free on 7th January 2017. Baby, I'm not gonna Gina. Yesika Sem, Yesuku Sem, Yempom Din Sem, Yakwain Sem, Ye corruption Sem, international community respect our Mudemayan Sem, Ye peace, Asumja, no, my Mudagbong in Sem. And now, baby, as I say, my Kenya, you're for free 7th January 2017. Any baby, I did be doing a Yabojumapa, a Swenny. And yes, Ghana force a almost now, Omoma 4 more to do more for Nana.
What of Nipa Bidime? That's what you say mobile, and one of the things I know the job agenda and making sure the youth in a part of a governance system. No, these 2 critical points: the job agenda and empowering the youth also to get there. What you say a basa measurement in a much more money.
Oh, yeah, more than power. I mean, if you look at job agenda, for example, NDC for the eco share, IMF for public service recruitment. But they say we should teachers are recruit, we should nurses are recruit, we should other public servants are recruit a huge. We share other interventions, NAPCO and others a huge. Until we done so well in the job and the youth. And we have set up platforms. John Kuma outfit, you know, almost so Ebojuma, Emma and Kwanko Ejuma so, and also because you believe in the private sector. Yeah, but so for 4 more years.
Well, I'm sure after manifesto launch, you not preempt. Thank you so much. Era McMahon and what is on also didn't come on. Clearly, it is telling you that dignitaries are really coming in the system. Quickly, Greek Minister Era at Ejina over under his watch. There are a lot of innovations out there, now how you better sustain you move forward as Omano and won't come on the but Minister Kwabe does it. But quickly, we are proud to we are minister in times like this. Would you just what must sustain your ministry? No, Ama Ubet made that dance say Momodin Bono I Ghana for any sopa.
Yes, and a Juma Dendian and I could for a 4 year one and Kakovi by Enken and got and Yama has a man baby Africa come. As is your COVID no. And now I'm planting for food and jobs, you know. And Ghana, in Congo, Nigeria, Mali, Burkina Faso, number 30 and if you have Edeko. And you know, Nina and say, a Juma and I do a Kufado, I for El Carahono, I yepa, I did no here in fear Nibio, Serabea, Niama, or Yaniano, Obetibi, ɛbɛkɔ fam ama aso abama Ghanafoɔ nyinaa ɛho atɔyɛ.
One of the challenges I want as a man, which I'm sure say unimpa, say and the kuya yo jumano, ye ko abefo, ye timdianya ye madodo na no. At the end now ministry no and no person belidi, etimia this jumana my se Ghana 40 must say young fan fear name be musanka moa under mechanization of agriculture. The end with my farm.
And your mechanization come. They say yeah man member my you school. Woman be being here. You didn't say. Kuayo betting so much name. I'm almost so bad. I call me and no, and you good so say the greenhouse villages. Yes, it's no akoma dying. The winner, but just say any baby be deba. Say Maya and Mamma non so. Omo school. Omo who baby omo fano. Betting about so mama and Jumano Agoso.
Well, Mammy Casameda was it. Now, yeah, manifesto lunch, we are. They won't come out to do now, because you say most person will sustain a certain progress. Be ammonia. It's a better one. Thank you so much, Minister. I agree.
The Honorable Dan Bochi, American sir. Yamiado, one of the pumps. Yamiado, say. And Minister Ubano, you have certain expectations. Who bet many actual expectations?
Oh, yes, sir. Would say just a manifesto lunch. And your Congress. But I say, yeah, party conference. I'm very happy. The atmosphere is very good. It gives encouragement. We say, you're prepared to be part of Adom and say you're bedding 2020. And I'm saying I'm into bedding because the party was able now this. Nipa nyam GDR. Amasama Sadi and Ghana young Korean. And that's the whole manifesto. We are talking about leadership. Yeah, consolidated gains a young near to us, near transform Ghana. What should I say? Right for President 4 times. No, I'm a more dear. And you break a more time. I dread what you have kind. I dear anyhow. No, I did not, but what's the President 4 buyer? Share interventions or the buy not a video home. No, Obian in school feeding Honda. Obian in national health insurance, Nenny free maternal care, Nenny lip, Nenny. That is the difference it makes. Our key opponents, they can't mention anything. Go back and now go for the day. So free senior high school. In spite of all these COVID problems, we have been able to do that, and we are still doing the basic infrastructure things. Railway development. It collapsed in the 70s. Go and see the massive infrastructure going on railway. No can take a development that railway. So these are the things I hear. Now, what should you passes are now? What don't for the power sum? Who this one so by ya? Then you can be sure, so I'm a trust in the way.
And you think in this manifesto and the mobile launch, you present the Ghanaian people a strong case for you to be voted again?
Very strong case. We are bold enough to tell Ghanaians what we said in 2016. We are bold enough to let them know they are yet in here. Emeritus and internal, on my Ghanaian trust. Now, for Yancy Ghana totally. We are not just doing a 4-year program. We are talking about transforming Ghana. Laying the foundation, continuing strengthening the foundation, and coming up with plans that to transform the whole country for all. So when I say give us time for more to do more now for you now, and we are not just interested in 4-year elections. We are talking about transforming Ghana, making the average Ghanaian confident to live and Pamia Ghana. Now, Papa also leadership, and that's the difference.
Honorable Mianasi, we wish you all the best. Yeah, that's Inti and what expectations at the same.
Oh. Yebema Ghana fuahu baby efra ebedu sam pempensui amanfo se ye ninka ye wonka ye pa enti sadia na Ghana city ansa na NPP ba befa mo amanfo de tumi ne ma yense ye mu ye man ni ensom Ghana fo adwuma kakra ye tumi aye esi fapema ye ba betwa so aye edumason amagana afa ntumapa efra enti san hyehyɛ na yeba yaye no kakra ye bebɔ ho enkomo kakra na enhyehyɛ a yeba bɛyɛ emfie nan ye da ye nimisa Ghana fo ye yadom no mo san de tumi ne hyɛ ye nsa na sɛ yenye adwuma emfa nsom ye ya botaye da ye nim ne enhyehyɛ a ye bɛyɛ ni adwuma a ye bɛyɛ eni sentia yes, and she said, you know, I bet them edicacra, and you know, I try to crack them, my friend, your manifesto. Now, you bet one who don't work a crabby pay. Now, yes, that's a gun of one so, and conquer kind manifesto, no more here, baby, a free, baby a yabedu anamo ayetu a yabedu sam pempenso yi ene ne wase ye na yatoa adwumaso ne so ama ne nyina awie peye
ono be nim say emreninti yen say won but you had a very critical ministry, communications. Ebiaka said the future is digital. In this manifesto, no, ministry presence in the manifesto, what you saying?
Ewo. Nyamaka ani si ewo. Enti obi an kwankwa jibi no nkan. Ye done dia.
Honorable Yen say omre, ye da se papa. We wish you all the best. Now what's your expectation?
Oh, I mean it's very good. Chasa, that be a kasa NPP no. I said to say boson. Oh, I said to say boson. It's a shrine. You know, near a year magana biano, or the Kutasafuano. Ukwati, the Dankwa Buzia Dombo tradition one. No, Ghana can never move forward without this tradition.
Are you sure?
Oh, yes.
Obi the people-centered manifesto, but manifesto. Also, Ghana cannot move without this guy.
From 1947. From 1947, August 1947. Follow the history and the tradition of this country. Anytime you have that tradition in power, no, Ghana economy. Any point in time, be as a traditional power, no, Ghana economy. Anytime a tradition any hobiano, Ghana economy. It is a one make no crow woman say Ghana we is a tradition for Ghana to be economy.
So what's your expectation in there?
Very high, very high. As a normal thing. MPP Ghana forward, MPP forward, Ghana forward. That is all.
Okay, I can say the presidential advisor on health, Abba cancer, Doc, now Bibi Abokodi.
Bibi Abokobi.
Me who na check akra.
Bibi Akoyi.
Super. Enti ene manifesto launch. Wetin about be PMO UCC happy. What expectations coming here now then?
My expectations is Bibi Abokoboko na the dosu be so your team Eddie protocol no so pepe ama ebe free akono na bibia happy obia and my expectation. The Ghanaians will listen and hear a lot of good news, a lot of things which are going to happen in the next 4 years. 7 years. Beman and Adom Dankwa Kufuado 4 more to do more.
So Ushe campaign winner COVID, which is a health pandemic, and a shaping how this campaign goes. As a government, we see do you think you've managed it well to gain the confidence of the Ghanaian people to even think of retaining you in power?
I would say so far so good. So far as COVID-19 is concerned. Your caseload. Your caseload when they say cases are a war, also you do much. How me infect will be near you no Obi. Ubeja to say of and any active cases. If you back at me say, oh, I don't know about active case. Active case, and what the best sound will be. Active case, and they call her the contact. Active case, and now obey active case, and obey to that hospital. Obama hospital now overstretched. Ninya nyamin chade eniema ewura Adom Kufuado edid gu kwemu a waboa ama eniema ni na akoso no eba ewo fom pa about 95.1%. Ebi kwa say no akwase na 95.5%. Edinipa so far a free 12 months enya first 2 cases no it's about 43,000. Over 42,000 have been discharged. So 1,600 and something per. And I active. Okay, almost most of them, no, about 70% of the active cases are almost fear. The most important thing is say you better make the active cases now, especially almost fear. That is my concern. Sabaya will be any Emma hospital no. That is the most important thing. And now, all of a sudden, we have done so well, sir. Other countries, are learning from what we are doing. WHO, Afro, Emangophobia, Obi, it has 2 labs. They say 11 public health labs. I had this 6 private Ross regional hospitals, which were tested. There were 3 private labs almost tested. We are preparing to open our airports so that people don't even go to quarantine. You are tested, you get an instant test there, and we don't want to use any test. We are using the most renowned, very fast, reliable, sensitive test. Never see use for airport. President can say, "Yeah, here needs to be a first in September." But some announcement. We are working assiduously towards that. The toss will be a monsoon say. Even the hardships I man California, I buy a team and mitigate a lot of hardships. What I'm saying, and I'm saying, BA junior high school. Say junior high school, say most of them are day students. We don't feed junior high school. School feed or primary schools. And SHS for also both day and boarding for now feed you. President, a catcher and say, it look as if junior high school for a common deal. What's the who say a common ya? Untim for common and yes, I would go there. Oh, my order say, gender ministry, and for a Imran one here, I was feed them and feed the teachers. Over 700 and something thousand people are buying feed you. It's not in the budget, but baby, where your mouth is where you put your money. And that's, to me, the responsive government or when Nipa now during Nipa. There are a lot of things has happened. We have put ourselves in a position say never again we will be found wanting. 18 area agenda 88. And agenda 88 because we can say parliament you are vice president foreign minister any budgeting. But the president is bent on cutting the sword and started this year so that within a year we'll finish and have functional district hospitals over every region, and also regional hospitals, 6 regional hospitals in the 6 regions, another one in Takoradi, and then rehabilitation of Ifekwanta Hospital. So this is what is happening. Okay. And Abai, we are not doing only physical infrastructure, we are doing digital infrastructure. We are drones, they need a manifesto. But as you speak now, there are 4 drone distribution centers. COVID by baby also timid test the drones carry it and deliver it at the testing center. It and distribute to PPEs. So we are using both technology and also using physical things to make sure we distribute our infrastructure across the country.
Okay. Doc, I think it's been good talking to you. After the manifesto launch, because you're basically in Komobio, now you're going into details. Why? That's a Panya show. Dr. Insian Asare and Amotain in Kano.
Honorable Brazy, what are my own team in Kosakwa? Bomodiana Brand Komo. We are in your region. We are live on Adom TV. You are looking sweet. Good. Be very come on. Now you are live. Okay, but we just say. Na una memo akwaba but as una mama akwaba but no matter saying
cuz erazana dom bibia boko
e be mama onya akukuduro se mo ye manifesto launch what is there to show?
Pochomada say, Pocho from Barbara Shaisi, Mayor MP, or Cape Coast North, Namia Deputy Minister, Works and Housing. You guys, when you am the day, or Sunday, you know there, or many, Sir Abano, Senquim Zeraba, Titu, or Genegay, Man Wando. It's an Amina Duaka, Bosom, Ebasamia, Kotuaba, or there were Bahania Kenyan, Yahuaha, Naya Magan and Funina, and there. Bossa, yet say, Mayaka de Yabaye, 3 SHS, Ayaka de Baye, 1 to 1 for 3, Ayaka de and I'm walking but you first say, I food your pa in a whooping. It's in there, but Kenya.
I see. So there's a lot to show.
Absolutely.
Hey, get performance piano and patch up get Kwaba. Okay, me mame Asabia, Mame Moachimu Akwaba. Quite what they just already made in Kunimana.
Kunimba, ye didn't kunim, Yami Dimonti. You didn't kunim.
Let me Busa Barbara say, what is there to show in Central Region? Monya could do some Belanchi one see.
And yes, I can't be
Rota. Adana. Juma. If you pay for say, I food your pa, and I will peel.
But Gepa Ubun Kuntanswa, dear Nabetima Catcher, what's the change about Gepa?
Oh, change they say why I won't be brave. I be as son near mem. Gepa Obi beside me say, and I'm on say I'm mobile. Gepa has existed for 50 years. And so before I hear no your exports no 0.58%. Within a short time, they call 10%. Where will be that 10.5? And so you grow Gepa.
Okay. We are looking forward to Manifesto launch. I'm sure we are. Everything come on. That's it. All right. So, you know, man, I'm sure everything come on. Say, get Papa and Afi, Barbara, Aisha, AEC, and I'm sure come out. We are still at the ground. We are still at the ground. The Manifesto launch for the new Patriotic Party.
Make as a professor, me we confie. You name some mumbe na ehu na che. Prof, akwa abada pom to say.
Me so bro. Me wa ya nyame adaroma.
Yeah, me to me za hode. Nice. And lady, we an elder of this party, a leading member of the party. There is a manifesto launch and eto saying,
oh, yeah, share no. Say ye be won near my pa. NPP person assigned the group and can say Mampani Nanado Danka Kufado or see a man for and 2 months view no uncle second term. Yeah, programs are or deba and she share pa or what the more may na as ambassador can was MP. You ever train the launch area and then you discuss the more say Papa no or you're forward looking or one share pa. Or the second term. Not only say, oh, baby, they wash us here first term. No more new ideas or deba, new programs or deba. You have a boy, I'm Crankra Ghana, and only a Kagotie.
We are in charge of the Ghana Infrastructure Fund. Infrastructure is interestingly a very topical subject in the last few weeks. Utie, from where you sit now, to say how the debate is going about infrastructure.
Well, yeah, now all compare near me no. Over pese, ebetumenya quantitative we anase ebe juma dodo juma no dodo a nipa no tumia. Now way I have situations there. Yeah, say in various areas of infrastructure, it's very easy. So better number be now because I'm on your way. Yeah, the other day. Yeah, the good kratas. I could computer. Monko Bonamon, Namon so dear Moya and already. Your aspects of that were green book. Most of them, you're not correct. And think you compare me, Nuna, they bet me who you are born home money 4 years versus 4 years. Now, made them himself. Oh, yeah, San Kuntabuna, who clearly saying 4 years. Nanado, I am more than His Excellency John Mahama, yeah, in his 4 years.
You can confidently say that.
Oh, no problem with that. No problem with that.
Yo, Prof, yeah, better say after the launch, we'll try and talk again.
Go.
Yeah, that's a part. Professor Ameyaw Ekunfi, former Education Minister of the Republic, and he's the man in charge of the Infrastructure Fund here.
Alright, yamu akwa babie mo dia ba Adom TV so na se de ya hye obo se aha eye election headquarters Kokromoti power na enei NPP amanyoko no onmo manifesto launch ho edwumadie ye di susuanso ni nyina bebre no se de ye di nkomo ni bia se wo hwe wo fidie no so a afei na Ghana mampani excellency Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo waba ababa bedru bia ya adwumadie no baba bekoso no na omampani bedru ye otu ani a nkwada mienu bi na wɔn mo yɛ amammerɛ de ahyia ɔmampani kwan sɛdeɛ ɔmayin yɛayɛ nhyehyɛdeɛ no mpanimfoɔ ahodoɔ no nyinaa aba bɛduru aba bɛtena akɔtena ase the last person ɔbaa yɛnsa no ɔmampani ɛbɛyi ɛyɛ His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, the Vice President of the Republic. And Omampani Aba, where say protocol officers ne mpanimfo party mpanimfo ni bi ɔhyɛ in into the hall ɛwɔ Cape Coast. Na Omampani wura mu pɛ definitely na dwumadie no ɛhyɛ ase mpanimfo ka sɛ nondu ɛna ɔbɛhyɛ ase ampa sɛ nondu aba fa ho sima aduasa ɛnan deɛ na nso hwɛ mu a na ɛsɛ bɛ sima aduasa ɛna ɛyɛ awe ɔmo yɛbɛhwɛ sɛ ɛbrɛ no ɔmbɛtumi deɛ di dwuma security ni very tight adeɛ baako a menim pefe sɛ NPP as a party ombenya no sɛ ɛbɛyɛ di amo ɔmo sɛ ɔmo bɛ ensure social distancing protocols no inside the auditorium ombɛyɛ adeɛ ne deɛ per the arrangement of chairs ne ɛho keka ho reporters amiɛnsa ka ne videos kakra ɛbɛyi ammo ho no ɔno arrange ne in such a manner sɛ yɛden a 1 meter 2 meters ne deɛ deda ɔmo ntam na outside supporters no fanatics no on makwa kopie mekan say biaya ye launch manifesto no on mum ene be den say sa social distancing ho kan no be ye adwuma bidi nana say ampofoje say de winim ne babato ho nsem de a wo kwati Adom TV na kwati Adom FM Infrastructural FM ene Asempa FM de a na akoto pa e de agudantum kokromoti power no aha ena ye kire ne kwan na efie yim so ameyi ene wo be kofia mpadu ne apam for press la no ne ade bo machi dom no me ne ye head of news and current affairs Adom cluster yewura Amwadu Christian ohene esi boko de
boko admara kwa nyamishira
ne ya na gya so ye betre chire ne ya da neoma eje be sa akọ but ye ka manifesto no DNA manifesto ewo ya manyosam ni abato mu
okay ekuo bi ye tietiefo ni edikan ye dasafo ye hu anso ase ekuo bi anase ankrankra bi a ogina se ye nto abama no na dream po anani trim po a se onya akwanya no a ode bebu oman no ode behwe district no anase constituency ni so ode behwe region no so enti eye trim po na sa trim po no so ene kase bi nso so ewo twaka bi kase ne ye anisuade hunu vision enti o ideology mani so ade hunu ene ne kakrakam no nyina no eye ideology ni mu no me twinwe ye free mu a eye manifesto o ma me kwan afe o ma me kwan mfie mi no o ma me kwan mfie nan a manifesto no me de we beto ha ne nyina so beko na akwa wura me ideology ni mu ideology ni me de me ye obi a me gidi se esese oman ni aban no etoto niema nyinara ma obi ahohehan no esese aban buebue nyuma esese aban eyi akwan esese aban buebue universities esese aban buebue hospital bibia esese aban dinkan me ye socialist
okay
enti me ye socialist ideologically no afi na me ba be develop manifesto a free socialism no wo ye capitalist and say neoliberalist o pese o manfo nankasa enya
ebo mo
ho bra na momo o de niema pa emrapa begu akwan mu na o mo ahenha o ma de o mu dwa o ma agriculture obi abue ni mfiri dwuma obi abue ni big beer brewery no mo ne ade na wa makwanya pa ma ho aye enti no wo sa ideology mu na wo batwe o manifesto
na free let's say adwempo no enkwan we na mpese meye na mom me di ntosu ni akrante na me na afi so kra na prekese yi na beye saa enkwan
me ko ni afa apan ka ho
all right enti mayenhwe manifesto any abato mu nkunimdie wo twaka bi
wa hu se enkwan ni mu no enema bebre na ema nkwan ni yede manifesto nkwan ntumi ma wonni nkunim
okay
manifesto etimi boa ma odi nkunim manifesto etimi boa ma odi nkugu afi apema hankron aduotwe miensa 1983 Labour Party United Kingdom manifesto bia wona betu dwase o yebeye we yebema aban dwuma we abue won mo onkaza wonwuma yebedwu bibie afi wonsam ne ade say it is the longest death warrant that a political party ever set for itself.
The manifesto now,
no, man for 1983.
No, say
British election. No, our dream partner. So, Sabre, no,
man for who say
no, man for Nyama dreams almost cause strict socialism. Moment to Tiano. So, I feel Pimmy in the year 2000. Positive change. ensachira papa ye de ba ensachira papa eboa MPP mankase eno nko ne mo di ye eboa wo
etonkrofo
ti no akoma so okay at Mills I care for you I care for you mete wo bre wasem hia me di ya ma me pese me ba be koma eno nso boa ye etime boa
okay afa yenhwe ekwa be na amanyofo no anasa amanyoku ahodo no onfa so nwono sa manifesto no eze baakofo bi adwempo nipa na odi animu no o se me yi me ho asi wo se mpese mtu amanyoku franka be mampani ne de ade we na mfo se me ya ebeboa me anase ekwa be na mfa so omonyo
mpempi no party mpanimfo bebre edi se adwuma no oba Ghana ha national executive of the NPP national executive of the NDC national executive of the PPP wo nyina wo enwuma wo meyewum depending on the ideology of the political party no ya na baye mu baye tre mu tre no nsonsonia dantem o call Labour Party wo England and as a Great Britain constituency executives I will see your friend is saying trade union wo Great Britain I will see ni akuaku ahoro bebre I will see na the same Great Britain no o Conservative Party enye Labour Party no leader prime minister and national executive nkwantity na wo evolve manifesto no oba Ghana ha medical team say medimani abota hunu say MPP o hwe a national executive I will see parliamentarians no wo friend parliamentary caucus wo mo see any attitude for a sebe wo di sika ba
technocrats bi so a so exemplary bibi a person wo di shemu so enya twaka wo
wo a wo di biba nimdie wo a wo di biba sika wo a wo di biba ya adwenkyere wo kro na sebre ni do a wo akwanya se okwokyere wa adwen any baby a onimdie no wo ye pe education make the year 2000 Professor Amiyo Kumfi no ye Director General of Ghana Education Service on the quiet actually yet he say he made a lot of critical inputs into the NPP Manifesto the year 2000 so okay die Kufuor ba anje no ye Minister of Education in the technocrats na I agree with you almost all your inputs
all right eti ugo so hwe Adom TV election headquarters kokromoti power ne NPP amanyoko no launch on manifesto na nyame adoma next week enso so the National Democratic Congress NDC so be launch omo de ni nyina no ye de ehusunsu aso be bro ya catch us high election headquarters going to 2020 no e free sabre ya akore de pane kra e free to na efa abato amanyosem ho a e be se waso e beti any reference point no amafo betie no makodi ho nkomo bi nemum utie free source na ya na epoa pa esi wo hene na mene no wo ha medin na nase ampofo je ye wo mahene kwamana sante ye osebunsu Philip Justigo Dominic Isieboa afi lesu wakojo fojo no ni ade ewo grounds a ono mo hwa toto ne cameraman sound Q no ano den papa ne wa live so ewo asempa 94.7 na esi mayenhwe empanimfo se ni tua de enye tua na ne ka twom no eno ne asem no ono mo hihye ne fefefe de hwehwehwam sei omo ba power mo de adwuma
omo ba power obi enya ya anka ya bondimpa mi sise mani free mi hu abambo ne se me base mba bedi abroda na emum no nka dwom na heading implementation
no ye fi hu abambo se obi eze me de me ban ma bedi
we de o hepa o se we pa de oba se oba bedi sika huna no akọ no abedi abro heading se obenya o hwe champon o hwe Hilary man o hwe Kwame Nkrumah unya bia wo
what of say ofrechire ne dia ya na ase adwempa ontinum onya
bohura mu a sika odi di dwuma no baby a odi kan di se adwuma yi ofiri atoaso mienu atoaso miensa ne ade any precious ne influences e fi baby bebre ba no limit no ohun se na sane ametwusu no nya sa ne tie die Kufuor to nanum tuo kan se na medwen se anka kiti wese small cabinet ba bo amepa ma ba bu ma me ba me hun se e de sane na e wo dara kra me ba mu and so on and so forth so you have infrastructure projects abembia ba obomodin se obeye nea o promise ye no dodo a obetumi aye nana se ba akon okwan a obefa so aye na etumi agina ache asomomanfo ene eka obo won three things ene ye de hwe nea wetumi aye se minsu atura meka se free Kwame Nkrumah so befam sabre political party bia na se military government bia ni ho a ne o promise ye no ye ni nyina ana so ye mu nchimu ohakra mu aduasia kwa aduasia no mu da ndutimi ye aduanan
no political party
no
since independence. And now Etimia achieve even 60% of their manifesto.
No.
Wow. Okay, whatever MPP form assessment in the opponents, they more money honky count. But yen share say yen come called 1992-96. Yen share say 2000.
You
because most of the youth are nay womuna me fan say yeah electoral you know almost forming most part of it, you know.
Yeah.
Omono ebehunu de course from 2000 coming no mum. Say from 2000.
Yes.
NPP NDC manifesto. Other parties will be there. 2004 omo year manifestos. 2008 omo year manifesto. 2012 2016 and 2020. Shouldn't be the case say some manifesto year counted from 2000 krabisi sabrin. I was say yenya bibia and ye nyina so ntino se nipa no so nyakwa ba bemu so nyakwa ma bemu wo se saa de ne de esan se bia e ya adwen papa ntino ejinamu saa wo saa manifesto no abetimi arani true from 2000 abc and then 2020 20 years on no na saa idea no da so ehyimu ho
na se esem it is a backbone it is a esem it is a sebiaduasa aboa na so nipa nso no se ansemu saa na ayese unni grounding unni nyina so uhim design amframa bomma
ese sakra bi be mpo a e wo se ba ko bi bia mfimfin ho no saa no de
enti wo hwe amanyuku akase mienu na ye NDC ni NPP na largely bibiri no atena saa ne saa mu de wo hwe a NPP na atena mu pa NPP de ukọ wachi kohwe Popular Front Party osanko wachi kohwe Progress Party ukọ wachi kohwe United Party ukọ wachi kohwe UGC asam krona o mo se ankra fo nyawo madwuma na aban emfa mrapa nwu akwan mu na omo ho henha omo ye omadwuma so omunya zikana yenkwa kwaje omo tax na tax no nia esese ye ma ohia ni nzunya bribi kakra na ye won de omo ato aso saa o hwe NDC a started revolution a socialist revolution enti no bra NDC a free PNDC by NDC no na omo nsen kekan no ne ade ye socialism enti the year 2008 and afi won so mo ye social democrats and ansachire kakra ba mu na mu ebre bia no esanse wo maintain one ideology no enoma wo ka so obaye no sempo se wantumi anye time a wo kan ye no a na say na ehia say next time a wo ba no obehwe ma aba so kohwe bibiti say MPP say ni ntia ye ka mo de do no say wo mo na say be wo mo nam eho apaso ne okohwe MPP normal womo ekan the year 2016 na ebi wo ha okọ 2012 awum ebi wo okọ 2008 awum and so on and so forth the central team say yemma omanfo no akwanya yenhye wonkran yemmoa wona omuni dwa yemmoa wona omumu yenwuma yemmoa wona omunye mfu akese ene ni nyina na mu ade ba kwan na mbio no say omtaka omunyanye ye MPP fo kan omunyanye ye esse se ye ka adisuane adekira yema Presbyterian yema Roman yema Muslimi yema Anglican no ne ade emeboa se na kan na
won mission schools no nsan
yemfa ma won kra ya yema won akwanya a edoso changes here let us give them larger space na womomwa na discipline asan afa ntoma pefra emma serious studies afa ntoma pefra na say damnation leakages ne ema ekwaso emfate anu ntino the point about it is that
all right AC yebesa ba na ye was some of the highlights of the 2016 manifesto ye be try na ye dia bobom nemom at this time no yenko Cape Coast na auditorium a ye launch NPP manifesto yenko hwe mpanifo ahye dwumedi na se asede nema AC ekọ na yebesa ba biem
Invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to Cape Coast, the Central Regional Capital. Your Excellencies and gentlemen, today we have gathered here once again to launch another well thought through and transformational manifesto that will guide the NPP in the management of our country for the next 4 years. Your Excellencies, at our 2016 manifesto launch, His Excellency the president, then the flag bearer of NPP, made a profound statement about the importance of manifesto. He said, a manifesto represents for me a solemn social contract between the electorate and the elected. The manifesto should also help the electorate to distinguish between the various political parties, because the plans and programs they set out will be influenced by ideologies and beliefs. He concluded that we of NPP have always taken manifestos seriously, because we believe politics is a serious business and action for mandate of the people to govern is a serious business. Indeed, the performance of NPP government since assuming office and taking charge of our beloved country provides abundant evidence that we take our manifesto seriously. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, from education, health, agriculture, job creation to infrastructure development, the NPP government under President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has transformed every aspect of the economy. Your Excellencies, it is our hope and prayer that having delivered our promises to the good people of Ghana, they will, on December 7th, re-elect the NPP and His Excellency President Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to continue the transformation of our beloved country. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we in the Central Region are very happy to have been chosen as host for the launch of the 2020 Manifesto. The Central Region has always played a significant role for the NPP right from the beginning of the party politics, back in the days of UGCC, and more particularly in recent times during the Fourth Republic. Your Excellencies, our performance in Central Region has grown consistently, and every time the party has won the elections, the Central Region has been at the heart of action. Indeed, in the 2016 election, the NPP won 19 out of 23 constituencies in Central Region. It is therefore most welcome decision to launch our manifesto for the next 4 years in this beautiful city of Cape Coast, the capital of Central Region. We are confident and fully assured that the great elephant family will proceed from here with one vision and purpose: to work tirelessly to retain power, and I assure you all that the Central Region will lead the way. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Regional Chairman. Mr. President, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. This is the launch of the new Patriotic Party Manifesto, Leadership in Service. Put your hands together once again. This program is beamed live across the world, and especially on all radio stations across the country, all TV stations across the country, live on New Patriotic Party's Facebook page, and Zoom with all the numbers giving out already to all diplomatic missions, all groupings, institutions, associations across this country. Mr. President, a few acknowledgements. Ladies and gentlemen, the national chairman of the party is here with us. Let's applaud him. Put your hands together for the national chairman, Mr. Freddie Blay. The general secretary, Mr. John Boydu, is also with us here. And of course, all members of the National Council of the New Patriotic Party, which is the second highest decision-making body. Let's wave, let's wave, let's wave for all National Council members here seated. The senior minister is here with all ministers of state. Put your hands together for all ministers of state here present. The Honorable Chief of Staff, the one and only Madam Frema Osei Opar, is also here. Of course, we have a few of our chief executives also in the house. Please put your hands together for all of them. The majority leader, Osei Chairman Sabonsu, is seated with all members of parliament. Please put your hands together for all the members of parliament. We have the chairman of the Council of Elders of our party and all members of the Council of Elders of our party here present. Please put your hands together for all members of our Council of Elders of the party. The national officers, National Treasurer, First, Second Vice Chairman, Samia Uhu, and all his organizers, please put your hands together for all of them. Osaberima Kwesi Atta II is the Omanhene of the Ogwa traditional area. A round of applause for Nana and his delegation. And of course, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Alhaji Dr. Mahamoud Baumia. Ladies and gentlemen, the leader, distinguished, bold, courageous, selfless, you know what I mean. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is his name. Can we all rise? Choboy! This is the man. This is the man. Put your hands together once again and please be seated. At this stage, Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I invite the General Secretary of the party for a brief address to usher us in while we're here. Put your hands together for the General Secretary, Mr. John Boydu.
National Chairman of our great party, Honorable Freddie Blay, Your Excellency, Mr. President, and 2020 flag bearer of our party, Your Excellency, the Vice President, and our running mate for election 2020 and spouse, Ministers of State, and other government officials, our hard-working members of parliament, led by the majority leader, colleague national officers of our party, regional officers, constituencies and polling stations, reps of our external branches present here, our venerable chiefs, members of the clergy, members of the diplomatic corps are with us via Zoom, invited guests, the media, party sympathizers across the globe who have joined us through Zoom and other platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, I humbly bring you warm greetings from the National Secretariat of the party and in particular the National Executive Committee of the party. It is an honor and great privilege to welcome you all to this significant event on behalf of the leadership of our great party.
We are grateful to the Almighty God for bringing us safely to the beautiful ancient city of Cape Coast to undertake all this important exercise in the life of our party, government, and nation. We also welcome the millions who are watching this live program in the comfort of their homes in Ghana and around the world. And of course, our party people who will have been here in Cape Coast, but for the pandemic, and have converged at our regional offices and are able to join us thanks to the wonders of Zoom technology. Today is a great day in the life of our party and country. It is the day that the Ghanaian people have been looking forward to. It is the day my government, your government, and our government, led by His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, is coming to not only account for its leadership of this great nation in the past 3.5 years, but to also tell us the new direction and indeed the many good things we will have expected in our national life for the next 4 years and beyond. So, ladies and gentlemen, the purpose of our gathering here is simple and straightforward. We are here to witness the launch of the 2020 Manifesto of the governing New Patriotic Party. True to NPP tradition, this manifesto promises to be an embodiment of hope, progress, and prosperity for the Ghanaian people. We are here to witness, ladies and gentlemen, the unveiling of the documents that will see to the consolidation of the gains made in the unprecedented national digitization agenda of this government. The gains made in the provision of the value for money infrastructure for all, not just for the big cities. The gains made in one district, one factory. The gains made in the Planting for Food and Jobs initiative. The gains made in the eradication of the canker of unemployment through the Nation Builders Corps, the NEP, and the many YEA models among other initiatives. The gains made in the stabilization of the Ghanaian economy. We are here to see the gains made in the restoration of training college allowances, the gains made in the restoration of teachers' training allowances, the gains made in Ghana's COVID fight, leading to the gradual return of normalcy, of which we are a toast of the whole world. The gains made in the successful implementation of the award-winning free SHS policy, which till date, ladies and gentlemen, is the biggest social intervention program in the nation's educational sector since independence. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to witness the unveiling of the documents that will give impetus to the socio-economic and structural transformation agenda of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the people's man and the visionary leader. More instructively, we are here to witness the unveiling of the documents that will, inshallah, see to the inevitable renewal of the mandate of Nana Addo Dankwa Bawumia-led government on the 7th December 2020 for additional 4 years to continue the very many things the government has started and continue to do for the people of this country. The launching of our manifesto today, in fact, marks a significant milestone in our journey to another resounding victory on 7th of December, as it signals the completion of our preparation for the 2020 electioneering campaign. As we speak, the New Patriotic Party is the only political party in Ghana that has been able to successfully organize parliamentary primaries to elect its parliamentary candidates in 274 constituencies in the country. Of course, we are also the first political party in the country to complete our 2020 presidential ticket, following the acclamation and unveiling of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and His Excellency Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia on June 27, 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to delivery on our manifesto promises, the Akufo-Addo government has no match. In just 3.5 years, we've been able to implement or are in the process of implementing all our flagship manifesto promises notwithstanding the shattered economy we inherited from the John Mahama administration. So when it comes to the credibility of manifesto promises, the people of Ghana know that when we promise, we deliver. It is for this reason that there is an overwhelming show of interest in the exercise we are about to undertake today. We, more than any other political party, have the credibility of delivering on our promises, and we are committed to maintaining that credibility. Having achieved so much in this, our first term, the Ghanaian people should certainly expect that our second term manifesto, which we are launching today, will seek to consolidate the gains that we have made so far in the economic transformation of the Ghanaian society. The Ghanaian people should look forward to a manifesto that addresses their concerns and meets their legitimate expectations. And ultimately, we should all look forward to a manifesto that embodies the very spirit and aspiration of the Ghanaian people and delivers prosperity for all. It is worth pointing out that our opponents announced to the world some 2 or so months ago that their manifesto was ready, and they've been presented to their party leadership, and yet they have still not been able to launch it for the people of this country to see what is in it. Obviously, they are waiting for us to launch our manifesto so they can copy our ideas as usual. Well, we have launched ours today, and they are free to copy since they lack ideas. We have no fears because, as has been shown over and over again, when you appropriate an idea or a project that you don't fully understand or believe in, you can never implement it properly. To conclude, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, I want to seize this opportunity to, on behalf of the party, commend the 2020 Manifesto Committee, which was chaired by our hard-working, innovative, inspiring, and world-acclaimed running mate and Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, for doing an exceptional work in putting this manifesto document together. The party is also thankful to the Manifesto Launch Planning Committee, led by Madam Oboshisai, for their illustrious efforts in organizing this manifesto launch. As we can all see, they have done a great job. Thank you, and may God bless us all. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
The General Secretary deserves another round of applause. Leadership of service, protecting our progress, and transforming Ghana for all. Thank you very much. At this stage, we invite the national chairman of the party, the Honorable Freddie Blay, for his brief remarks. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for the national chairman, Mr. Freddie Wasmeu Blay. Thank you, Chairman.
Mr. President, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Mr. Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and the Second Lady, the Chief of Staff, Senior Minister, Majority Leader, Ministers and Members of Parliament, the diplomatic corps are here, those who have joined us through other media all over the world, invited guests, and of course, the friends of the media. I also join my General Secretary, who had just spoken to you, to greet you and welcome you as well to this manifesto launch. If I look around, the beauty of the arrangement, the efficiency, the way we've gone about this, it's a manifestation of a government that is prepared, ready, knowledgeable, and capable of managing the affairs of this country. Thank you, Mr. President, and Adom Akufo-Addo, and your able Vice President. About 4 years ago, it will be recalled, before the 2016 December general elections, the NPP adored its vision, policies and programs for Ghana in Accra, the trade fairs site in the manifesto. That, of course, was our social contract under the able, competent leadership of Nana Adom Akufo-Addo. We will say, and I say so with humility, but confidence, that within the 3.5 years, we have kept our faith with the people of Ghana to a very great extent. Fulfilled our promises largely. It's evidence all over the world, all over this country. And it could be seen the extent that the economy has been repaired. In spite of its messy situation, we found it. We are about to go for another election. And we are here once again, yet has been pointed out, to adore our manifesto of a continued vision to transform the economy, to make the people strong and prosperous among the community of nations in the world. I consider it a privilege standing before you today in this great city of Cape Coast to be part of the history making in the efforts to uplift the fortunes of our people through our manifesto. This is a task that the NPP government, under the leadership and presidency of Nana Adom Akufo-Addo, has set itself. In sincerity, clarity, and focus, the party is coming out with its manifesto for the renewal of its mandate. This manifesto, dubbed the leadership of service, protection of progress, transforming Ghana for all, is what we stand to offer to the people of Ghana once again. It is an indication of how ready the NPP was 2016 and is now and will be in the future, taking and tackling the economy, advancing good governance and development of our country for all of us. We are therefore asking people in this country that come December 7th, based on what we say we will offer, take us seriously, under the leadership of Nana Adom Akufo-Addo. Vote for us again, and we will deliver. May God bless all of us. Thank you very much.
Kukurudu. 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 Let's put our hands together once again for the national chairman. Permit me to announce once again to the good people of Ghana on this historic occasion the meeting ID. The meeting ID is 508-278-6012. I repeat again, 508-278-6012. And the passcode is 247149. Passcode again, 247149. Social media handles is N Akufu Addo. Facebook and Twitter, N Akufu Addo. N Baumia, and then NPP GH. Thank you very much. Mr. President, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the essence of leadership is that you have to have a vision. It's been 3.5 years of this visionary leadership, bold, courageous, and decisive. And this is the story so far.
We are going through so many challenges in terms of economics problems, people are not getting jobs.
As of job, we need more jobs. We need more jobs. A whole lot to do in Ghana.
It's very hard. Very hard. Yeah, very hard. Because on getting in power.
Businesses are collapsing, and the unfortunate thing is even our light bills are not even going down. This thing has been happening for 3 years now. We get light in the day for only 2 days. Only 2 days. So out of the 5 days, it means you can work for only 2 days. And this is very bad.
I asked him if he had ever been offered a bribe before.
You mean as president?
As John Mahama.
As a human being?
As a person.
What are you going to do about this astonishing rate of inflation? You're hitting 15%. People are suffering in very tangible ways. We've seen scenes in Accra that we don't usually associate with Ghana at all.
It is time for them to fix the problem. If they can't fix the problem, then they must give way to another government which will take over and run the affairs of our country.
The only way we can guarantee the future of Ghana is to remove John Dramani Mahama from power and bring in the NPP to rebuild our country.
With the background of hopelessness and dejection that had enveloped the entire country, we fashioned a manifesto to change the situation. And so that's how our manifesto was titled Change, an Agenda for Jobs.
That I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. So help me God.
For many Ghanaians, this victory in 2016 came with a renewed hope. The new patriotic party had also won majority in parliament.
It will not be easy. We have no illusions whatsoever. It will require sacrifice, but it can be done.
But after victory came reality. And with a record time, the new president formed and announced key members of his government. They are the men and women who will drive his vision, making it clear to them that there was no time to waste.
are simply about that, about getting development, if you like, to the grassroots.
The task ahead was enormous. His first major task was to ensure that power was stable in the country in order to get small businesses and industries that had collapsed under the Mahama administration back to work.
To do this, we needed to find the money, because one of the major causes of doomsday was lack of money to buy fuel for the operation of our plants. Nigeria had refused to give us gas as a result of huge debts. And the president negotiated with Nigeria, and Nigeria agreed to restore gas supply to Ghana.
I had to buy generators, and it was not easy at all at the time. We are so happy that today you get up, there is electricity, there is power to do everything.
It takes a leader that has the confidence of his peers, to be able to broker such arrangements that we got within the short period.
After years of doomsday, the lights were finally back for good. Agriculture has been the bedrock of Ghana's economy since time immemorial. The launch of the Planting for Food and Jobs initiative in April 2017, 4 months in office by the president, encouraged Ghanaians to take farming more seriously than in recent past. Through this program, agriculture is once again a respectable and profitable venture that is creating jobs.
The direct benefits are two. First of all, his income doubles, trebles, because those who were harvesting 3-4 bags eking out from an acre of land can now do 10, 15, 20, 40 bags. I've seen it in Tumu area, where just by using improved seed and fertilizer, their yields just go using the same sweat.
Yes, I harvest akọ factory iya bi ye hwe mo school ya bi ye hwe ya maame mo ya bi ye hwe ye nuanum nti eguda ye dey ye edwuma ose dam nti obi an dey onfa no hu maship.
You have to go up to the rural areas to see the kind of prosperity this engagement is bringing to them. It's making them very, very comfortable. The poverty is being tackled head on.
Today, the Planting for Food and Jobs initiative has brought renewed hope and energy, creating jobs, reducing poverty, and improving food security across the country. It's been after many years of neglect by the ex-while Bahama-led administration.
I think today you see leadership that is responsive to the challenges of the Ghanaian people. Leadership that is also very committed to improving the quality of life of every Ghanaian, not just a few people.
The first term of President Akufo-Addo's leadership has not even ended, yet so much has been achieved. Within months in office, nurses and teachers who were abandoned by the Mahama-led administration were empowered with the restoration of their allowances. The National Health Insurance Scheme was immediately giving a new lease of life with the payment of the 1.2 billion Ghana cedi arrears. Leakages at the country's ports have been sealed with the introduction of paperless ports. To augment operations of the National Ambulance Service and to save lives, 307 new ambulances were distributed to all 275 constituencies across the country. Another fulfillment of a campaign pledge, one constituency, one ambulance. As a first step in the fight against corruption, the Office of the Special Prosecutor has been established. With a promise to create jobs for the youth, he created NAPCO, or the Nation Builders Corps, which is giving jobs to thousands of young graduates. Industrialization was another major aspect of the president's grand plan to transform Ghana. The one district, one factory policy was born out of the need to diversify the economy and create jobs for the Ghanaian people.
So far, 232 companies and projects
have been established and are at various stages of implementation. They are spread throughout the country in different districts, in different regions, from the north to the south, from the east to the west.
Everything here has been thought of, designed, built, and is now being run by Ghanaians. What we see here are very young people. We picked some from the university, some from industry, some from the streets.
We are testimony to this fact that the idea that Nana Addo initiated and is championing is actually bringing a transformation in the lives of people. Just an idea from an individual can just change a life like that.
But it goes beyond that, because it is also capturing new enterprises, at the same time capturing existing enterprises that were completely demobilized and almost dead, which have been resurrected.
2013, 14, 15, after the night, one collapse, and I got an FE. Until now, Brabon, why DA, until now, you see, after 2020, and you test an anado, a baby, a Jumano, one district, one factory. So, I share a Juanason. You never cross or at Tradiane, and my immediate.
The One District, One Factory initiative is an economic landmark, empowering the private sector to grow. Several factories are up and running since its launch in August 2018.
Gazette number 12 of 2019, and thereby creating the Northeast region, and signed the instrument.
Following the country's constitution, President Akufo-Addo led the creation of 6 new regions, empowering several communities that have been deprived of development. Using his long-known negotiating skill, peace has finally come to Dagbon. The presidential pitch, an initiative to support young entrepreneurs and the needy with startup capital, has become his regular routine. Bottlenecks in the banking sector, which were collapsing the country's economy, is now cleaned up. As part of an agenda to digitize Ghana, an ambitious infrastructure development program for the ICT sector with the national broadband infrastructure is ongoing. September 2017. School children from across the country waved their flag with excitement. For the first time in the country's history, senior high education is made free across the country.
A government may not be able to make every citizen rich, but with political will and responsible leadership, a government can help create a society of opportunities and empowerment for every citizen. And I know no better way to do so but through access to education.
The education of the Ghanaian child is something dear to President Akufo-Addo. Through this policy, a record 1 million children have access to secondary education in Ghana.
He is the driver and mover of free SHS. As we speak, apart from we doing the technical work to support his SHS, the free SHS program is under the office of the president.
For him to bring free education, women who ordinarily go and sell their clothes to make sure that the children are sent to school or there's food on the table, now would not sell their clothes again, but will have their children in school.
Across the country, many parents and students have shared various testimonies on the overwhelming success of the free senior high school policy and how it is securing their future.
In 2001, I lost my father, and in 2008, I lost my mother. If not because of the introduction of the free SHS, I wouldn't be here, and my vision is to become a nurse in future so that I'll be able to help my community and the nation at large.
When you talk about infrastructure projects, there's no comparison. Because let me give you an example. When you take our 12-unit classroom, we did 165. When you talk about 3-unit classroom blocks, all in secondary school, we have done 60. When you talk about 6-unit classroom blocks, we've done 173. We have about 3 times more than the SDC ever thought in their mind.
By 2016, most of the country's road networks were in terrible condition. Everywhere the new president went, the plea of the people was for him to rescue the sector.
I'm happy I came here today to see this for myself. I think, Mr. Engineer, there's a lot more work that needs to be done for us to be able to find a satisfactory way out for the future.
Without much delay, the president personally embarked on a mission to radically change the face of Ghana's road network.
The road sector serves as the pivot, the fulcrum around which the economic development of the country revolves. So, essentially, the president went to work, government, tackle the poor, deteriorated road infrastructure of our country from the very beginning. For the first time in the history of this country, 4 interchanges are being built simultaneously. We can talk about Bukwasi interchange, we can talk about Tema interchange, we are working on Obi Chebilamte interchange, Tamale interchange under Sando Hadro is in currency. We are going to cut short for Takrady interchange at the PTC roundabout, making it 5. It has never happened in the history of this country.
The country's railway sector can today boast of modern terminals and coaches. A 670-kilometer greenfield railway corridor linking the southern part of Ghana to Paga is underway, and so is the railway interconnectivity project between the port of Tema and Ouagadougou, the capital of Burkina Faso. Water has been supplied to many rural communities, while the One Village, One Dam initiative is making irrigation in several farming communities easy. Aggressive sports infrastructural development is being undertaken in many communities across the country, taking sports closer to the youth. Construction is underway for Ghana's first creative arts school, while a court to protect Ghanaian musicians and the arts will be up within the next few weeks. In 2019, the Year of Return program injected billions of dollars into the Ghanaian economy and saw an increase in tourist arrivals.
To date, over 450,000 people around the world have died because of coronavirus.
We have therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
The coronavirus pandemic took the world by surprise. No country in the world prepared for it. Even nations regarded as superpowers are grappling to deal with it. But leadership may have determined the survival of citizens in every nation. President Akufo-Addo is meeting with various stakeholders to assess the nation's preparedness.
The Ministry of Health has announced that 2 cases of COVID-19.
Ghana is investigating 2 suspected.
By the 12th of March, Ghana had recorded her first 2 cases. At this point, decisive leadership is key.
Those were heady moments in the government. Those were very difficult moments. And even if you want fear in the system, but out of all of that, he showed extraordinary leadership. He was very steady, very focused, and very calm.
Midnight in Accra, and the nation is sleeping. President Akufo-Addo is meeting with his top COVID-19 medical advisors and the Vice President. They are assessing the possibility of a reasonable lockdown. But the President was firm that a total lockdown cannot be considered. His major concern was the informal sector and the vulnerable in society.
Fellow Ghanaians, good evening. I've come to your homes once again.
With truth and openness to the people, the President made his address to the nation a frequent routine.
These are not ordinary times. So let us all put our shoulders to the wheel
And I'm confident that together, by the grace of God, we shall overcome this challenge.
It is said that tough leaders are made for tough times. The leadership provided by President Akufo-Addo in these COVID times is unparalleled. He rallied and empowered local pharmaceutical companies and the manufacturing industry to provide essentials such as PPEs and hand sanitizers. Water was made free for all Ghanaians. Electricity was also made free for the poor with 50% reduction for high consumers. Hot meals were provided for the needy and vulnerable in society.
We know what to do to bring back our economy back to life. What we do not know is how to bring people back to life.
He wanted to see what the people were being fed with, how we feed them, the number of people that congregate that we say they are not observing the social distancing. And this was something that I didn't think the president would take keen interest in.
Knowing that the most affected by the COVID are small businesses, the president launched the 1 billion Ghana Cedi business support scheme.
To date, 120,000 beneficiaries, micro, small and medium enterprises have benefited from this fund. 60% of these beneficiaries are women.
From this crisis comes a lesson. President Akufo-Addo recognizes that Ghana has to make significant investment in the public health system and has immediately begun construction of 88 new district hospitals, all to be completed within a year.
The world is looking at Ghana. You would be surprised at the sort of interactions I've had locally from Nigeria and elsewhere. They're very proud of us.
I am not surprised that he stands tall amongst his peers, both in Africa and in the world.
It's thoughtful leadership that thinks about the people. It thinks about the grassroots. It thinks about changing the lives of people. It's not selfish leadership.
If Ghana wants to become a big player in the global economy, the way forward is to industrialize. President Nana Akufo-Addo is doing exactly that.
Continuity is in the interest of Ghana. Continuity is in the interest of the economy of Ghana. Continuity is in the interest of the youth of Ghana, because with continuity, we can consolidate the gains and protect the gains that we've made and ensure that we unleash the full potential of the Ghanaian people and the Ghanaian youth.
4 years of change has been, in my view, so far so good. But it is not yet uhuru, as they say. We haven't gotten there yet. But it is important that we protect the gains that we have made in 4 years.
Under the leadership of Presidents Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the NPP, the bar of leadership in Ghana has been raised. The foundation plans for Ghana's transformation is being laid. Investor confidence in Ghana has been built with global corporations such as VW, Sinotruck and others setting up their manufacturing plants in Ghana. For the first time since the formation of the African Union, Ghana is headquarters of a major body, the African Continental Free Trade Area.
This is the leadership we are talking about. You can do better. Please put your hands together once again. They said it was not possible. Out of despair is what we have delivered. Put your hands together once again under the able leadership of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have 3 acknowledgements to make, and with your permission, I want to introduce the Omanhene of the Trifu traditional area, Obrimpong Apia Nyama, who is also a member of the Council of State. Let's put our hands together for him. We are in the central region, and I think that it's important that I introduce Kennedy Ohende Kumpreku Ajapong, the master brainer of the Central Regional Party. And ladies and gentlemen, the second lady of the Republic of Ghana. The second lady of the Republic of Ghana. Beautiful Samira Baumia. Put your hands together for her once again. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good people of Ghana. At this stage, we are going to listen to short briefs from this manifesto we're talking about on key sectors. And as usual, the NPP is leaving no one behind. To set the tone for this is the Chief Executive Officer of the Coastal Development Authority. His name is Jerry Ahmed Shaibu, also known as the Choco Lawyer. Put your hands together for Jerry Ahmed Shaibu.
A collective effort at nation building to ensure no one is left behind.
We have managed to give water to 164 rural communities. And the Upper East Water, which is ongoing, is also going to give a lot of water to the people in the Bogatanga, Paga, Navrongo, and its environs, as well as villages on route the water supply. With regard to urban water, we have also, through the Gamma project, provided 260 kilometers of pipelines into homes to pipe the water into the homes of the people of Accra as I speak. We've also built 30,000 toilets in Accra as I speak. We've also built 30,000 toilets in Accra. Overall, the whole country, throughout the whole country, we have also built 113,000 toilets in homes. This is to help us increase the delivery of sanitation. In effect, what I'm humbly asking for is that all these shortcutting that His Excellency has done will come on stream in the next 10 years.
I'm honored to talk to you about leaving no one behind. A society is judged by how it cares for those who have the least and struggle the most, and the compassion that its leadership shows in reducing social and economic inequalities. A nation's ability to develop sustainably also depends inter alia on its preparedness to safeguard the lives and future of children who have lost or are at the risk of losing parental care. Over the last 3 years, the NPP government has, thanks to a strong and a vibrant economy with an obviously solid president in charge, you have extended greater social protection for the vulnerable in the Ghanaian society, particularly the needy, elderly, excluded, and the physically and mentally challenged. These interventions are aimed at ensuring that as our society grows and prospers, no one is left behind. And we mean no one. Especially our dear petty traders, fishers, farmers, commercial drivers, loye, kayaye, okwafoe, kejara yeli loye, washi moku moku moku. Among measures taken to improve social protection is a significant improvement in the implementation of the Ghana School Feeding Program, which has been enhanced to reach more pupils with better quality meals. We have nearly doubled the number of beneficiary pupils under the Ghana School Feeding Program. The Akufo-Addo administration, in keeping with this commitment to improving the welfare of school children, has increased the feeding grant by 20%, so per child per school day. To help safeguard the upkeep and future of our children who have lost or are at risk of losing parental care, we have established the National Adoption Authority to coordinate family-based and institution-based care and to act as an advocate body in the protection and promotion of child rights and the rights of other marginalized groups. Another innovative social protection safeguard for our children is the introduction of the new National Child Protection Toolkit, which has been distributed in over 1,300 communities in Ghana to help officials and caregivers who work with children to serve their best interests and have the necessary tools at hand to do so. The welfare of the aged is of paramount importance. In the agenda of our government, in the agenda of this government, in that vein, the current government has over the last 3 years demonstrated unquestionable resolve to ensure a decent livelihood for the aged. Improvement in the implementation of LEAP is ample proof thereof. Beneficiaries under LEAP now receive support for income-generating activities as opposed to poultry handouts, which was previously the case. Ladies and gentlemen, when we took over from the NDC administration, public sector workers Tier 2 pension contributions had been withheld for a long time. Another issue compounding the plight of the aged in the already crumbling economy, aka Blibli economy. The phenomenon took a toll on our pensions and affected many extended families who have pensioners as breadwinners. You can imagine what is happening in the homes of those people. When you voted for us to serve you, we vowed to make these outstanding payments. And as I speak, this government has released 3.1 billion cedis in public sector workers Tier 2 pension contributions. Clap for God. To alleviate the plight of the fiscally challenged, we are focused in our first term to empower them with income earning opportunities by providing them with funds and logistics to lead a more dignified life. This support includes an increase in the District Assembly's Common Fund allocation for persons with disabilities from 2% to 3%. The National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, NIP, another enviable flagship policy initiative of Akufo-Addo-led NPP government, has been providing an integrated national support for startups and small businesses, which include business development services, startup incubators, and funding for young businesses to enable them grow and become successful, with special focus on physically challenged beneficiaries. The National Council for Persons with Disabilities has also received staffing and equipment to enable them collaborate with the Ghana Federation of Disability Organizations in drafting equal employment policy to empower PLWD through employment. A disability should not mean poverty or confinement, no, because disability is not inability. I am happy to state that the NPP government is committed to providing the necessary tools to make all Ghanaians prosper, regardless of their limitations or abilities. To that end, government through ministries, departments, and agencies is putting in place the system and structures to ensure that no one is left behind. Indeed, we have a record. And to be proud of the record, we say in Ghana, Moniko Chopakpale, there is a chio. Washi moko moko, Yakufado Shishi, Washi moko. 4 more for Nana, Adodi, Ofechon, Nyeta, no manyabla nyefe.
Our continuous engagement in educating and enforcing of the various protocols as the new normal.
Our core mandate is to ensure that everybody in Ghana, being young and old, is motivated to learn at least a skill or a profession. We are ensuring that all the TVET institutions under the various ministries are brought under the Ministry of Education.
It's 14 years when I dropped out of school because I was pregnant. But along the line, I had the desire that I wanted to go back to school. And unfortunately, I got pregnant the 3rd one. Yes. But after that, I decided I would go to school. So I left the man and I started my life. From there, I started selling to provide for myself and the children. And many people were advising me that I was brilliant, that I should go back to school. So I took the bold step and I went to so-called Bogame MAGHS Form 2. That was 2018. And in 2019, I wrote my BEC and I passed. I was admitted in Maoli School, which was last year. I want to thank the government. I know it's not only me that is going through this, and because of the free SHS, I've come back to school. There are a lot out there. To me, it is a good thing. It is a good thing, and I thank the government. I want to become a midwife.
My name is Dr. Yaosei Educhum. I'm the Deputy Minister for Education in charge of General Education and also a Member of Parliament for the good people of Osomtwe. Today, I want to take you on an adventure with me. An adventure that takes a look at the bold vision of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the President, and his Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. An adventure that began with the implementation of free senior high school, a campaign promise that was made by the President, a promise that has been delivered. I want you to join me as we look at TVET transformation. Through the leadership of the Minister for Education, TVET has been transformed. Technical, vocational education and training is no longer the preserve of students who don't do well in schools. A major agenda has been embarked upon. Skills assessment has been done so that we know the areas that we need to focus on. And then the transformation has begun. A 5-year TVET transformation agenda is being implemented. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ghana that you know is a Ghana that is different now because somebody dreamt and somebody did the hard work. In this country of ours, even in the 1960s, the vast majority of our students did not gain access to secondary schools because there were limited facilities. Then we came into the 2000s, and every year, 100,000 students were sitting at home because they could not afford to pay the fees that were being charged by our institutions. Then comes a bold leader. A leader who says, I'm not going to leave any child behind. A leader who says, I will have to ensure that every child, irrespective of which part of the country you were born and you were growing up in, will have access to quality secondary education. So today, when we talk about the story of free senior high school, it's not just a campaign promise. The New Patriotic Party knows that. We know that education is the difference maker. Education is what transforms societies. Education is what takes a young man from a village and make him somebody so that they can sit in a hall like this. Education is what has brought all of us together here on this great day. And it is that kind of education that we want every child to have. It is that kind of commitment that was made to the good people of Ghana, and the president and the vice president and the entire party structure has rallied together, and we have delivered. But make no mistake about it. On December 7th, education is on the ballot. And not just any education, quality education is on the ballot. To the good people of Ghana, give me a minute and let me let you know at this point, the decision we make on December 7th has wide ramifications for the future of this country. When we vote for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, this nation will be forever transformed. Education is going to play its rightful role. No child will be left behind, and sometimes when we talk about no child being left behind, we forget that when we leave a child behind, we are leaving the country behind. So it's not just about leaving a child behind. When we don't tap all the talent of the people across the length and breadth of this country, and we only tap into the talent of the few who are privileged like myself, we are leaving the country behind. And that is not what we can afford to do. So December 7, when you go to the polls, you are going to the polls to vote for hope. You are going to the polls to vote for transformation. You are going to the polls to vote for a leader who is fiercely determined that the fortunes of this nation will forever be transformed. And that through education, a young man growing up in Bangkok in the Bosomtwe district will one day get an opportunity to go to secondary school, get an opportunity to go to the university, transform the fortunes of his life and that of his family, and then be able to look back and say, because of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, my life has changed. That is a nation that we want to rally every one of you to join us and vote for and ensure that this nation will forever be transformed. We must understand that a generation empowered will empower this nation forever. Mr. President, we are grateful for your leadership. Mr. Vice President, we are grateful for your leadership. And it is my hope that the good people of Ghana will vote for hope and not despair. Thank you. Thank you. God bless NPP and God bless Ghana.
Hello. Joe Anochi speaks on Digital Ghana.
NPP is building the foundation for a digital Ghana, something that can meet the demands of the new normal.
We've been very busy trying to formalize our economy through technology, and that has been the key focus of the government of the NPP. We've been building the foundations of our digital economy and taking deliberate steps in that respect, starting with mobile money interoperability to build a digital financial system. And so we've put 15 million bank accounts in 15 million pockets, since all these mobile money wallets are linked to bank accounts, and has made it possible for people to transact businesses from around the country seamlessly using technology. In the next 4 years, we're going to be doing a lot more of what we've already been doing, and we want to transform the COVID from a crisis to an opportunity using technology and build Ghana's digital shield, leveraging on our existing assets within government, fiber, LTE, and all the various digital platforms that we already have in existence. We feel that we've built the robust foundation, and so we can leverage applications and services on that foundation going forward.
Yefremi Joe Anochi. I'm the Director General of the National Communications Authority, the NCA. I'll be sharing with you some snippets of the many innovative digital services rolled out by this government as part of the Digital Ghana agenda, whose purpose is to enable Ghanaians work and live more conveniently while producing much more in much less time and cost. It is often said, technology drives innovation, and innovation drives growth and market share for businesses. For the people, that translates into better ways of getting things done, such as locating people, sending deliveries across town, making payments to bulk yam seller at UG from the comfort of your home, or sharing a photograph of your newborn baby with grandma and grandpa. If you fail to innovate, you will be left behind. Fortunately for us as a nation, our president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has a clear understanding of what needed to be done from day one. He believed that the future of Ghana lay in bringing innovative, sustainable, progressive technologies that will make state institutions, businesses, households, and individuals work effectively, efficiently, and deliver better and make our economy grow. This is why we have been able to deliver many innovations and services. The following are examples. We have introduced the new national ID card, the Ghana card. This will help with the precise identification of individuals, families, and communities, and using related data, direct social protection programs better to those that need it most. A case in point, in the just ended voters registration exercise, the Electoral Commission reported that a little over 60% of all registrations were made by means of the Ghana card. In fact, as at today, the National Identification Authority has issued over 13 million Ghana cards to Ghanaians and to foreign residents. We have done in 3.5 years what John Mahama failed to do in 8 years. We have introduced the mobile money payments interoperability system. This allows the seamless movement of cash across bank accounts, mobile wallets on different networks, and the easy cards, thereby promoting cashless digital economy. That means you do not need to carry cash when you visit the market or go to the salon or the barber or plumber. By means of the Universal Access Fund, we have extended voice and broadband data to more than 500 underserved and unserved communities throughout the country, from Abanaso in the eastern region to Turumpan in the western region, from Volo in the Volta region to Jedam in Ashanti region, from Yabaga in the northern region to PC in the upper west region. They are now have voice and broadband data connectivity. Now take note, in 8 long years, the NDC only extended voice and broadband data to 78 underserved and unserved communities throughout the country. This administration has done 500 in 3.5 years. For the first time in the history of Ghana, applicants for travel documents can obtain passports within a matter of days through a hassle-free online process. The same is true for driver's licenses and vehicle registration. The application process has been technologically streamlined. You can obtain one in less than an hour. Like any other country, the pandemic has hit Ghana and our economy hard. And to provide much-needed relief and to enable more people, businesses, and households to facilitate communication in this time of COVID and to utilize technology to operate remotely, the government has announced a reduction of CST from 9% to 5%. Expect the cost of data to be reduced soon. And we are even more committed to do even more. We will increase broadband coverage throughout the country with emphasis in 2016 underserved and unserved communities through the universal access, telephony, and digital inclusion. We will implement inclusive innovations, yes, inclusive innovations, to make sure that the visually impaired are not left out of the ongoing digital revolution. We will leave no one behind. In conclusion, fellow Ghanaians, President Akufo-Addo and his team have a vision, a mission, a plan to use technology to make life better for you and for me and for all Ghanaians, no matter your station in life, no matter your village address or location in the country, no matter your age and gender. But especially if you are underprivileged, President Akufo-Addo and his team are using technology to lift you up, to leapfrog and to close the digital gap and make you productive and improve your quality of life. What he says he will do, he does. For more for Nana, to do more for you and me. Thank you.
Dr. Mohammed Amin Anta speaks on powering Ghana, no Dumso.
A reliable power is a foundation of industrialization and building a sustainable economy. The NPP seeks to power Ghana, no more Dumso.
Today, power stability is rest assured industries can get power. But what is most significant of that, the fact that today we are even enjoying a tariff at a competitive rate, which is about 30%, lower than what we were enjoying in 2016. So despite the improvement in the system reliability, availability is rest assured.
We inherited a situation where a lot of our youth were without jobs in the industry. Thankfully, it was a major campaign promise of the government of the NPP that there must be an accelerated oil and gas capacity to ensure that the majority of our youth who are interested in working in the upstream oil and gas sector are trained. And today I'm able to say that it is part of the record of His Excellency President Akufo-Addo regarding job creation in the upstream sector.
In Yulumbonde, Dr. Mohammed Amin Adom, Maninya NPP parliamentary candidate for Karaga. Yimuna ninte twasi ya twaza nchang te bom na lumbom na te pambapolo. Nzompo Ghana zaha. 1 year into his term, President Akufo-Addo had outlined his vision for Ghana beyond aid, a self-reliant, proud black star of Africa. To realize this vision, the energy sector was critical, but was in bad shape. What came to be known as Dumso, a major feature of the Mahama era, inflicted significant pain on all Ghanaians, such as destruction to equipment, avoidable deaths in our hospitals, shutting down of industries like the Tema Chemical Limited and the Blue Skies Products Limited, among others. According to ISA, University of Ghana, Dumso cost the nation $680 million in 2014, about 2% of GDP at the time. Fellow Ghanaians, let me remind you about those days when our medical doctors performed surgery with torchlights because of several unplanned outages. How welders, cold stores, and hairdressing salons could barely operate and earn income to feed their families. Remember also the discomfort of having to sleep and work without your fan, sweating in your rooms and offices uncontrollably. Do not forget so soon. That was why President Akufo-Addo and the NPP government made it our most urgent priority to eliminate Dumso, and we have done just that. Today, there is no more Dumso, and under President Akufo-Addo, we will never experience Dumso in our country. You will recall that under the NDC government, many industries became uncompetitive, and some relocated to neighboring countries due to high cost of electricity. In fact, Ghana's electricity tariffs were about the highest in the sub-region. Under President Akufo-Addo, cost of electricity has declined. The NPP government is the first in the history of Ghana to reduce tariffs by 11% on a net basis, against an increase in tariffs of 265% under the NDC government. Our president has again demonstrated unparalleled dedication to protecting the welfare of Ghanaians during this painful COVID-19 period, and has provided yet another relief package of free electricity to all lifeline customers and 50% reduction to all others. Fellow Ghanaians, as you continue to enjoy the electricity relief, remember that it takes a caring leader to show empathy to his fellow citizens in times of crisis, notwithstanding the cost. This could not have been possible under the John Mahama economy. The energy sector faced unprecedented financial crisis under the NDC government, which could not even support procurement of fuel to operate the power plants. President Akufo-Addo has not only found the means to secure fuel supplies over the last 3.5 years, but has also cleared all government debts owed to ECG. We have fully redeemed over $1 billion of debts accrued by John Mahama and the previous NDC government from the bulk oil distribution companies. To sustain cash flow in the energy sector and avoid further accumulation of debts, we are currently implementing the cash waterfall system. We have also provided relevant national infrastructure for the energy sector, including the gas reverse flow project, which now allows us to flow up to 120 million scf of gas per day from Takoradi to Tema, thereby reducing our reliance on Nigeria gas. Ladies and gentlemen, more is being done today. For example, the National Hybrid Power System, which is ongoing at B, and the Palugu Integrated Project in the north, will together increase solar power penetration by 100 megawatts. And more will be done to move Ghana closer to our national renewable energy target in the generation mix. Fellow Ghanaians, when you give us a second term to serve you, we will, inshallah, provide more critical infrastructure for the energy industry, reduce distribution losses, improve reliability in power supply, and increase power and natural gas exports to the sub-region. We will enforce competitive procurement of power projects and minimize excess capacity charges through ongoing negotiations. We will continue to pursue our plan to develop Ghana into a regional petroleum hub in the Western region. A bill for the establishment of the Petroleum Hub Corporation is currently under parliamentary consideration. We will even more pursue relevant reforms in the upstream sector and provide incentives for the revival of exploration activities after the COVID-19 pandemic. My fellow Ghanaians, we are on course to building an energy economy, which we are promising you, for the rapid industrialization and transformation of our country. Your vote for President Akufo-Addo and the NPP means a vote for the efficient management of the energy sector. Your vote for President Akufo-Addo means banishing Dumso forever and ever in our country. I thank you so much. Kukrudu, the Damia, Ziga, Ziga, Ziga. May God bless all of us.
The Honorable Abna Osei Asari speaks on the economy, sound, stable, and strong.
A robust financial system, macroprudency, is driving a sound, stable, and strong economy.
So within the period of 3 years, we had essentially stabilized the economy through fiscal consolidation and macroprudency. In other words, we had moved growth to an average of 7% over that period. We had reduced inflation from 15.4 to single digits, over 7.9. We also had a positive primary balance. We had about $2 billion of trade surplus. And we had, as I mentioned, also exited the IMF program. But also in that period, we realized the fragility of the financial system that we had, and we completely restructured it so that today we have a much stronger and more robust financial system.
Assalamu alaikum, Daswa Jama Mporo Sokam. Since 2017, at Maslock, we have brought so many changes in the sense that, going by our manifesto, we're supposed to restructure Maslock and then to make sure that 50% of our funds are given to women. As I speak right now, we have exceeded the target which was stated in our manifesto.
Madam Wase, your friend Abna Osei Asare, me a member of Parliament for Etiwa East,
and Deputy Minister for Finance. And then Menimoba Chair or Manimu Sikasem Huntutuye Kakra. On the 7th of January 2017, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo made a firm promise to recover the momentum of our economy in his inaugural speech. This was at a time that our economy had lost steam and Ghana was running out of hope. The President promised that he will not allow this economy to collapse under his watch. We came to serve Ghanaians with a big vision, to see at least one factory in each district of our beloved country, that every Ghanaian child, at the minimum, should have senior high school education, that the wealth of this country is equitably distributed, with each constituency getting at least $1 million for poverty eradication, among others. Such a huge vision for the country goes beyond economics. But the President knew that unless we got the economy right, we could not get Ghanaians to share that vision. Within 3 years, the NPP has not only shared the vision, we have also shown the character and tenacity that is required to achieve it. The Finance Minister has already given us some of the macroeconomic indicators in the video that we just saw. Clearly, all sectors of the Ghanaian economy have benefited from the 16 policy initiatives put in place by this government, leading to manifest results. Our banking industry, for instance, was on the verge of collapse. We have fixed it. We have saved 40 million Ghanaians from losing their investment. Some, even with the aid of hindsight, have suggested what only they could describe as a common sense approach, that we should have given money to the banks to make their shareholders happy. What the Bible describes as putting new wine in old wine skins. Well, Mr. Mahama, you did exactly that over and over again. And what was the result? We were concerned with saving the whole industry rather than pleasing the same people who supervise the near collapse of the industry. Today, the banking sector has remained sound, solvent, and resilient despite the adverse impacts of COVID-19. And this is due to the bold move by the government to clean up the sector. We have created an atmosphere that has renewed the confidence of the private sector in the economy. We have set this country once again on the right path, and the results are being seen all over. Manufacturing has been revamped, sustainable jobs have been created, the ailing mines have been revived, the railway sector has seen the biggest investment since independence. Agriculture is back to where it belongs, feeding Ghana and creating better opportunities. The health sector is really healthy. And then, my favorite of all, free SHS. I know that a comment or two have been made about it, but Mr. President, we just can't say it's enough. 3 years on, 1.2 million students. 3 years on, 1.2 million Ghanaian children, 1.2 million future leaders have been secured with free SHS. Nana, money. Recently, I heard Mr. Mahama advise that we should stop talking about social investments and discuss real investment. Well, free SHS is the smart economic investment, and we need 4 more years to do more. Under the tenure of Mr. Mahama, the dignity and self-respect of our youth had been so undermined by incompetent leadership that some graduates formed the Unemployed Graduates Association. Through the Nation Builders Corps, NAPCO, we have created the opportunity for 100,000 graduates to prepare them now for the future, to make them resourceful, to create value for themselves and wealth for Ghana. In effect, every sector of the economy has seen so much improvement. Though we are battling a pandemic which has affected government revenues, we will continue to execute policies that will catalyze economic activities and spur growth. We have given lots of tax support in tax relief to health workers, free water and electricity, and other stimulus packages that has benefited all citizens, including businesses. We want to make the future even better, and that is why we announced the Ghana Cares Program, Oba Atampa, which would invest 100 billion Ghana cedis strategically within 3 years to make Ghana a wealthier nation, a nation with a confidence to dream, think, innovate, and take on the world. Mr. President, our fundamentals are stronger, firmer, resilient, and better. We have demonstrated that in good and bad times, the NPP has the best policies and character to keep our economy stable and growing. We have demonstrated that we care about Ghanaians and their well-being. We have demonstrated that with focused and firm leadership, clear thinking, patriotism, and the grace of God, Ghana can be a continental and a global economic star. We have picked up the Ghanaian economy. Let's work together for round 2. 4 more years for Nana. God bless NPP. God bless Ghana.
Let's give it up again for all the speakers. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we take a musical interlude and then we'll be back with another 5 sets of individuals who are going to speak on sectors.
All right, I don't see Sabre. You're free Cape Coast Asaba. NPP Manifesto launch. Home ejumadi ni ade ma election headquarters Adom TV. Now, so far, penimfo akasa Jerry Ahmed Shaibu Coastal Development Authority penny wabekasa Dr. Yao Osei Educhum. As a Jerry Ahmed Shaibu nisemo kan Osei they are leaving nobody behind. Ewo enhia penimfo eyenum afi wo hwe Dr. Yao Osei Educhum Deputy Education Minister also dia ode ebaye no Ose we are teaching our children the new normal and then nyoma hodwa mpedifo de gu akomifa ngomesua bobo biswa afei Dr. Joe Anoche NCA ose digital Ghana ampa investment ahodwa aban aye ewo the digital world nim any communications mu nso ono nso abebrobro so ansana Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam ono nso ba ya wabechirim se pouring Ghana ose no doom so de ya eliminating no crowd to the background per arrangement aban no aye no nti a vote for Nado say na say wa banish that's the word doom so crowd e di efi o man mu na abena osey asare the last speaker okasa ya ansana ye bemu no deputy finance minister say economy no sound stable and strong na wo kire mu say ya na bi mu bisa say na den na sika ye de Emma Yera Muhammad ma banks no ma no banks na ntimi nyina na so den na sika e di gu banks ne yan sam fesika ni bi enhye banks no wo kyere mu se enipa kakra bi na sika ne de show mo nsem no ma ye ne basa enti se be ne nipa 40 million en lusu o investment enti na ban no restrategize ya ne mo di gu akwan mu no aboa esi ye be kwa kotwe ho a quick one per speeches abaye say another set of 5 people beba ababa brubru mu.
Quick one is so near one about CCR no ehia say ye be gibre na ye person ne ye unsampa we o mkan no ma ye we o mkan no o ma ye de na so o ma ntumi anye ma nso ani we de no kure ni o ma no fome o munye ye.
All right enti ye beba yenye enkramra CCR ye ba de aka no beto aso. All right, asaba biem NPP Manifesto launch. Ehon dwumadie ne de brewo election headquarters Adom TV. Kokromoti power. We have just about 29 minutes inside 12. Ewo FDA so yegu so etwen say another set of penifo num eba bekasa and san bia finally the vice president and the president akasa na wonom launch manifesto no den na wo manifesto num ni nyina e behwe wo say service of leadership na afei nso no protecting against wonomu enya na wode a transform Ghana ama obibia said etie no esi mayenhwe so far nyoma on mabobɔ so with the first 5 speeches na aba no ye nyoma aban no aye se obu akonta na wagina akonta no so e de ahyebo akontabuo no mu no bibia akɔ de wo se kɔ
megiri se ne won abresu bebree fakesia se nyini nyina mpo a fakesia ewo 2016 manifesto no mu na ke se enye se womo ekofa nea na eni manifesto no mu ni obi gina simpie so kan ne keke campaign promise stage talk most of them indeed na captured in the 2016 manifesto etino say ye clear no wi
enti ma yenhwe wo fa 2016 manifesto na economy side ho issues no ma address ni bi ho o say we will formalize the economy through the establishment of a national database using the national identification system as the primary identifier, reduce the corporate tax rate from 25% to 20%. Another China and the economy now, we will manage the economy competently and make the machinery of government work to deliver the benefits of progress to Ghanaians. I think there's another one here. We will restore macroeconomic stability and shift focus of economic management from taxation to production. And we will abolish the 17.5% VAT on imported medicines not produced in Ghana. We will undertake financial sector reform to deepen financial markets, promote financial inclusion, including deepening our electronic payment system. When we few of new mama promising in 2016, per the Abnasa Rebecca Yene the prelude, finance minister Yera Kenufrata Yeno. Ofo se saa nyema we no matimi edi ho dwuma se de.
Apart from VAT abolition one off and by one statement finance minister and as a president bit make us a free na ko ya abolish and no 17% no ne obobo so nyina se minsu atora make say bebree processes digitalization of the economy ultimately in fact dakro enye one pillar Ghana card and as a national identification work. We are Ubi onye Ghana ni oti Ghana ha na yedini card amano Nicola Edanso. Ubi onye Ghana ni oti Ghana ha na yedini card amano Nicola Anso Danso.
Pejo anochi 30 million Ghana cards issued so far.
That is where the problem is. One, in fairness to the promise, a process. We should expect to say. It mean one day to send ye issue policy and as a issue statement to say abolish VAT. Name on the argument and say if over
even for the abolishment of VAT it should go through a process.
It should go through a process.
Parliament.
It is true. Name once you go through those processes, it is just the announcement. Then from there implementation.
Okay.
Name Ghana card process is more cumbersome, and you have your equipment. You are moving from region to region, from district to district, from a collection of districts to other collection of districts.
And when you COVID a boom.
Name the argument is if you had 48 months within which to do the whole thing. Now, if you was spending better, say 45 months, 44 months. Na baby I would do 13 million. And what me I register out of a targeted ABI 27 million. Obi say, is that enough? Okay. My honest opinion say, COVID or no COVID, process no a delay. A yam passe kufo statika krebi wenu baby. A yam passe atamils ebetuaso and siaga. A yam passe Dramani Mahama betuaso and siaga. Name learning from the experiences. And giving
this one is a whole new process because those ones now omdo monsake kai no de come here say ya to atwene baby
so you enti wo mosu ehum ne ye wo hwe ase baby a yetro ne ade nyina no embapem sabre na.
All right, esi som said ye di tempumam na de ekoso bi e pese de mama mfo nti the national organizer of the NPP Same Ewuku enane wa regional pass yenko tie de Same kan
the ECOWAS region. We have items, including maize, to the rest of the ECOWAS region. We have also successfully revived 3 dormant factories, which had seemed dead to many people. But thanks to the visionary Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his government, they are in operation now. These include Dako Farms in Kumasi, Aglo Farms here in Cape Coast, and Asamoah and Yamwa Farms also in Kumasi, to encourage local poultry and meat processing. Nana Yamauma Piafu. Additionally, we have also secured $37 million from the African Development Bank for the development of commercial poultry farms in the Savannah and northern regions to help provide both jobs and food for the Ghanaian people. Building our nation's self-sufficiency in food production has never been more important, given these challenging times. The coronavirus pandemic has led to many countries experiencing dramatic food shortages and exposing the dangers of relying heavily on the importation of food and goods from abroad. Here in Ghana, we are blessed with bounty, a sign of God's divine favor on the Nana Akufo-Addo government and its people. This global crisis presents us a unique national opportunity to beef up our ability to do for ourselves and reduce our dependency on import, supporting local production and in the process provide jobs for our people in times of international uncertainty. We know that people are hurting across this country, worrying about their next paycheck, whether or not they will get a job after they finish school, or if they will have to support their family members who have lost income during this pandemic, just like my good friends Michael Techi and Kopon. For people like Techi, Kopon, and many others, we in the NPP are here today to tell you that we have done this before. This government had once before brought us out of a crisis, and we can do it again. And we'll be using the same tools, providing for our people to help them to provide for themselves. God willing, in the next 4 years, we will accelerate our efforts in modernizing agriculture, the entire value chain, support farmers through increased supply of input, increased disease control, enhanced involvement of farm extension officers to work with farmers and breeders. We will enhance small ruminant production with supply of improved breed of sheep and goats, continue the successful implementation of the greenhouse village concept with special focus on the youth, and give even more farmers access to finance through subscription to the Ghana incentive-based risk-sharing scheme for agricultural landing program, to finance and de-risk private sector investments in farming and other agriculture value chain activities. Ladies and gentlemen, our farmers feed this country, and we are committed to supporting them. By the end of our next term, with your support and vote, we will see a greater self-reliance in this country, where we produce and eat locally and take pride nationally in having made the most of what God gave us. When our farmers grow, Ghana grows. When we plant seeds, we reap jobs, and the entire country flourishes in the process. Ghana, it is with these and many others that we once again come to you and respectfully ask for another 4 more years for the courageous Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to do more for us. Yeda Moase, Nyamin Shamo.
At the heart of the NPP's quest to ensure value additions to raw materials as part of building the foundation for an industrialized economy, ensuring food sufficiency is at the core of the success in the various initiatives in boosting agriculture.
We've been able to provide enough food to feed the country. And statistics can show that when you look at in terms of maize and rice production and soya bean, we have done a lot. Within 2 years, we have done a lot. We have enough food in the country. We have not imported any maize from outside the country since 2018. And this should tell you that the Akufo-Addo government is on course and want to do everything to ensure that we are able to get enough food to feed our people. Nobody will go to bed hungry or with empty stomach.
Mama promise. I feel for so what you know. One chap, no committee for now, where you want to. 47%. Now, what 53% of our community. I have about motto. Freebia, you have about motto. Freebia, you promise. I mean, Adomala, Adami, yes, I have motto 1.3. Yache, the whole coastal line. Mobile Saka, the about motto, market. I have 195. But I ban at my 100 million. It's what I've been able to about Ada, Abawaya, Obisida. Aban bia mbe yoye debate bida landing site aban bia be ka che landing site ye landing site ye landing site na do woche yan afrafo Yusuf Lai wa bo fo papa abam kro moria ya ye landing site wo akoma for da wa ye landing site wo akoseya wa ye landing site wo chicha wa bi wa discof axim na ye wona aban ya abana adwunu fafo ye wo papa.
That was the brief on feeding the nation. Efia Asabia Asari speaks on producing for ourselves and for export.
Producing for ourselves and for export is at the heart of the NPP's quest to ensure value addition to raw materials as part of building the foundation for an industrialized economy. New and upgraded transportation networks is the pivot to this industrial transformation.
But since 2017, a new agenda has been ushered in by His Excellency the President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. The NPP government has, over the past 3 years, laid the foundations of an industrialized economy where we will add value to our resources and ensure that our economy is driven by indigenous production of goods and services for our own consumption and for export. If you look at what has been done so far, you can fairly come to the conclusion that if we give form more to Nana and we continue on this progression, I will assure you that more will be done. In fact, more has been done in these 4 years than has ever been done in nearly 4 years in this country. Now, the interesting thing about this is that railway is not an end to itself. It's merely a means to an end. It's an economic lever. It is railway will transform this nation.
What frame Efua Esabia Esare Mifitutu Equiapem. When we took over the running of the country, we were handed an economy on the brink of collapse and empty coffers. This is a fact. Irrespective of how many projects Mr. Mahama started, he failed so badly that he left so many empty shells and half-built buildings dotted around the country. A testament to his failure and mess that he caused. And that's the entire story of his presidency. Now, he's asking for our votes based on projects completed by the NPP government 3.5 years after the end of his term. This government is committed to ensuring that the industrialization agenda set by the President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo is achieved in order to move the economy from a raw material exporter to a value addition one. We have achieved this under the Ministry of Trade and Industry, its agencies and allied agencies. Among the laudable interventions, we have first looked closely at working with the private sector by instituting the public-private dialogue, a process for consultations between government and the private sector, which set the stage for the formulation of various policies, including the National Export Development Strategy, to serve as a comprehensive project-based export diversification action plan, which is also focusing on services exports, an important and emerging trend in global trade. VW has already rolled out its first batch of vehicles a couple of weeks ago due to the development of the Ghana's new automotive development policy, amongst others. We've created a more supportive investment climate, especially in the aviation industry, which has led to more private investments in that sector, with the example of Passion Air. The African Continental Free Trade Area is headquartered in Ghana, making Accra the commercial hub of Africa. We will seize this opportunity to continue to boost our non-traditional export growth from the disgraceful and abysmal performance of the NDC administration, averaging just 0.58% year-on-year between 2014 and 2017, but witnessed a significant growth of 10.05% by 2018 and 3.9%, yes, on 10.5% in 2019. On trade promotion, our trade promotion agency is rated #1 in the best use of information technology among the World Trade Promotion Organizations, making our market hub the best tool of interaction for global trade. We have reduced the cost of doing business in Ghana and abolished several taxes. The introduction and implementation of the business climate reforms is set to further improve business climate. We have supported SMEs by establishing 216 Maslock district offices across the country. We've started the refurbishment of craft villages nationwide to hold international fairs. Ebri is almost done. Abompe, a town known for bauxite beads and buttons making for the fashion industry, has seen its processes now mechanized. The NIP Greenhouse Estate Project, a process of modernizing agriculture and making it sexy to the youth and the graduates. It has the biggest greenhouse estates in Africa, with 75 greenhouses already installed and in use in Dawinya. The Northern Development Authority has established agro-processing factories across the country through private sector intervention. We have provided disease-free vegetable seedlings, coconut and pineapple suckers to outgrowers to feed industry. Ekunfi fruit juice, which was launched just yesterday, where we planted the pineapples to coincide with the completion of the factory, unlike the NDC that commissioned the Commander Sugar Factory without knowing where the raw material is going to come from. Under the Ghana Exim Bank, 74 factories under 1D, 1F were set up from scratch, and 10 distressed indigenous industries were saved from near collapse. National Board for Small and Medium-Scale Enterprises is providing low-cost funding to support businesses that are suffering under the COVID-19. And this is being supported by the business advisory centers cited in 110 district capitals to support this initiative, among others. We have tasted the sweetness of NPP through good governance. These are all clear indications of what to expect once you give us the mandate again. We will support made in Ghana products through the use of raw materials, establish stable and affordable power for industrial development. We will still continue to promote the manufacturing of digital devices locally. We will build more industrial parks, process more cocoa and shea butter locally, complete the process of establishing a fertilizer producing plant bauxite refinery, and create an iron and steel industry. It is a new experience, a crystal clear writing on the wall, showing where we are taking this country to, and it is confusing to Yanum. Ebri omaniso, omo hu bida, mi choake amenna koekuda. Every complex problem that they fail to fix, we have fixed. We are the party that gets things done. There is nothing that motivates the president, me, or my compatriots more than hearing critics say that something is impossible. We get pumped up to make it possible. Enyanum wosenya off-road diapano ono na wo piano. Yen mampenyi wa off-road diapa na muma yen piano. Kukrudu, kukrudu. Woso kick him, kick him, kick him.
Efo Periketis Kobla Okujeto speaks on people development.
People's development is at the center of the NPP's transformational agenda. These include policies that target the development of the youth.
The NPP led by Nana Addo promised the people of Ghana jobs. And indeed, we have delivered. In total, as of the end of 2019, some 3.5 million jobs have been created in Ghana, some being formal and some informal.
The NPP, as a party in power, has been very intentional in rolling out youth-centered policies. These policies are transformational, economic boosting, and well integrated into an overall strategy of national development. To mention a few, we have NAPCO, NEIP, Planting for Food and Jobs, One District, One Factory, and the all too famous Free SHS. One of the best policies that any government in Ghana has ever had to roll out. And in a couple of years, we'll see the impact that education has had on our development.
The issue of infrastructure has been the bane to our sport development. As we speak, not only are we providing sports stadia, but state-of-the-art equipment, facilities in all these regions.
Duklola nutapa wala nyankwanya kobla okujeto macho atoko. Today I'll speak on people development. I'd like to tell you a story about a young woman, 18 years of age, a first-time voter in the upcoming elections. Her name is Jigbodi. In 2003, during the Kufuor administration, she was one of the first Ghanaian children to reap the benefits of quality, affordable health care under the NHIS. Life was getting better. Her mother's salary as a teacher went up, and she rode the Metro Mass Transit to school free of charge each day. And Ghana was on a good track until 2009. That is when the NDC won the elections and everything changed for the worse. The economy began to unravel. Teacher salaries were in arrears for nearly a year. Prices and inflation skyrocketed. Interest rates were out of control, and the family was struggling. Out of desperation, the family fell victim to a microfinance scheme and lost their savings. The NDC government would not and could not protect families like Jigbodi's and other Ghanaians. The heroine of our story is now a young lady. Her family has been thrown into a terrible, desperate financial spin, and her parents could not afford to send her to senior high school. It seemed like she did not have much of a future, and she was desperate do defunto. Then the lights literally came on again. In 2016, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the NPP won the elections. We turned around the economy. Her father, a farmer, received support from the Planting for Food and Jobs initiative, and Dumso was over. Jigbodi became one of the first Ghanaians to enjoy free SHS. Her brother, Kekeli, enrolled on the new NAPCO graduate program. Their future is bright and promising, as is the future of our beloved country. Since 2017, several job creation initiatives have been undertaken by the NPP, creating millions of jobs both in the public and the private sectors. Through the introduction of programs such as the Planting for Food and Jobs, the Nation Builders Corps, the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, the President's Business Support Program, the Greenhouse Villages Initiative, One District, One Factory, Students Entrepreneurship Initiative, the President's Empowerment for Entrepreneurs with Disability, the Campus Business Pitch, the National Job Recruitment Agency aimed at matching Ghanaian youth towards job openings. In all of these, we have provided a stimulus package to help businesses, big and small, survive the COVID-19 pandemic, to protect our people, their jobs, and our businesses. In the next 4 years, we will continue improving the livelihoods of all Ghanaians, including the introduction of the Jobs and Skills Project, a 200 million fund under which the youth will provide apprenticeship, entrepreneurship, skills development grants for their projects. We will also establish entrepreneurial hubs for small businesses and introduce the National Rental Assistance Scheme to provide low-interest loans to eligible Ghanaian youth for rent payments. This is why Jigbodi, today a first-time voter, says with absolute conviction that she will be voting for the NPP. She will be voting for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo come December. She will vote NPP because we turned around the economy on the brink of collapse, which we inherited from John Dramani Mahama and the NDC. We have improved the lives of Ghanaians, we have protected the lives of Ghanaians, and we have cared for their livelihoods. Respectfully, I appeal to the good people of Ghana to vote for the NPP, vote Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to continue to protect the gains and to do more for you. Novinho, le miapo ngoyi made, miapo wo nandu wo zama, akpenami, maona irame.
Dr. Oko Blikan, boy, speaks on a healthier Ghana.
To ensure providing nationwide health coverage, access to health care is a right and not a privilege.
We've managed to restore the necessary needs allowances. We have paid and we still continue to pay, and we continue to do so if we granted another 4 years, which I'm sure is going to come our way. Apart from that, we've actually taken care of medical officers who are going to train to become specialists. We've given them some support in terms of scholarships. We have managed to complete almost all projects in health that were left behind, not completed by the previous administration. We have also started working very, very religiously to also add on to the health infrastructure that we have in our country.
School health is a very, very important aspect because children is our future. In this period, we've been able to, apart from the free SHS, we've been able to map all secondary schools to health facilities and placing health workers in schools to provide the appropriate care. We want to continue working towards universal health coverage, where access to healthcare will be available to all.
Unupai Inyeme, Achomi Okoboy, Miji Member of Parliament, Kehan Teshi, Lejokuku, Mino Teshi Doctor, Deputy Minister of Health. Inke NPP Sanikpakpa, Niko Gomochohi Wale, Niye, Yeshibami, Makani Ebrofumi. The world was stopped in its tracks by a novel virus, and great and prosperous nations were thrown into disarray. Before the novel coronavirus pandemic broke, we had started an ambitious undertaking of fortifying our healthcare system and providing for our healthcare workers, who, like many others, had been neglected under the previous administration. For the first time in our fourth Republican dispensation, all doctors in specialist training at the Ghana College have had their tuition fees absorbed by this government. We have restored the allowances for nurse trainees, revived an ailing national ambulance service, and resuscitated an NHIA that had been admitted to the ICU. The sick La General Hospital structure is about to be refurbished and expanded into an ultramodern 160-bed facility. The 44-year-old maternity and children's block at the Confanoche Teaching Hospital, a facility that had been abandoned for 44 years, more than my age, has today been awakened by the life-injecting Akufo-Addo touch and is today receiving the attention that would transform it into a 750-bed facility in 36 months. Time wouldn't allow me to go into my own mother's project, the Rebecca Akufo-Addo Pediatric Intensive Care Unit at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Incontrovertibly, it has taken the strong Akufo-Addo tailored economy to wake up structures that have been asleep. To wipe out long queues that have choked our NHI offices, all the investors of just NHI million. This is the power of digital infrastructure. Having the capability to clear with the texting of a code, a problem that the Mahama NDC couldn't clear in 8 good years, just with the texting of a code. We have done well as a people against the novel coronavirus, albeit ought to be cautious and wear a mask. Thanks to the razor-sharp Akufo-Addo leadership, a revamped, resilient economy, comprehensive, coordinated response plan, and a willing and motivated cadre of health personnel. The pre-COVID testament for the health sector had at its core the subject of jobs. Indeed, the theme for the 2016 manifesto was change, an agenda for jobs. And it came to pass that 90,696 health personnel were recruited in the first term of the Akufo-Addo government. Never in the history of this country have so many people been offered so much opportunity to serve in the health sector in so short a time. In the next 4 years, this government would continue to build an inclusive healthcare system, reinvigorated by the delivery of 111 health facilities that cater for every Ghanaian, in every district, in every hamlet, from childbirth to old age, in dignity and in safety. Our dream of a better Ghana can only materialize with a citizenry that is healthy. The more reason why 4 more for Nana is a national assignment and not just a political outcry. Chofani ncha oela keja ko chake oba chake alo. Nye megame. Dani Nana ba ko ke insurance card te hospital e ake chuni. Ko to renew card e jo te shi manke no ya to line. Wobi itashia agbe nursing school na ana nuchumo. Mene nu wo yo nuchumo eba. Lachagbe fente kane aswe hawo. Wo mpanye fai. Koni nyeke jomo ke solemo apia Nana Akufo-Addo. Koni noya ke jomo ke nuchumo ne ka ba hawo. Afi edwani kan wo hie wo ya le nakano. Minya fantifo me ya afraini batise nwara. Nana Akufo-Addo wamba se obehye aroba odi nhyira ejuma ene nkoso ne nam na de odi nkoso na ejuma ba no ye de nkoso na apia no Nyankopon hyira wo nyina medamase.
Nana Adjoa Adobia Asante Esquire speaks on our creative diversity.
The NPP is driving the consistent efforts in connecting the country's talents to the world, putting Ghana on the global platform.
His Excellency the President gave tourism an immense boost in the celebration of the Year of Return, which was internationally touted and drew a lot of visitors into the country, resulted in the generation of about $3.3 billion into the economy of Ghana.
Creative art people, we deserve better. We deserve the best. And where I sit and what I see so far in the history of Ghana when it comes to creative arts, the only president who has given us enough recognition, who has given us hope, who believes in it, who believes in what we do, is to tell you that he's a stakeholder in this space. And so give him 4. So I support 4 more for Nana.
Midinde Lawyer Nana Adjoa Adobia Asante, Director of the National Folklore Board. Otiko Koso, Nenana Enemy. Enyuanom, the creative arts industry was left to wallow in neglect when the serious business of governance found its way into the hands of Mr. Menyade and so Montreal Mibium. The only creativity they cared about was to fabricate a green book of ghost achievements and propaganda. However, the Nana Addo Dankwa-led government has been absolutely committed to the creative arts industry. What he says he will do, he does. His Excellency inaugurated the National Film Authority in December last year. This was a promise made and delivered. We walk the talk. Did we not promise to establish a creative arts court? We have delivered. Indeed, days of disregard for the rights of creative artists is coming to an end. Goodbye to stealing the scripts of script writers. Goodbye to stealing the beats of beat makers. Goodbye to refusing to pay musicians for their performances. Oh, goodbye to stealing the work of animators for adverts. The dynamism of the National Folklore Board has brought attention to an institution once left for dead. Munim said, as promised, government has also started the construction of theaters in every region. Koforidua, Yewie, Kumasi, Yeguso, Tamale, Nitakrade, round 2, Ebebaso. And there, the government is also working to have the Creative Arts Bill passed. This bill, when passed, will establish the Creative Arts Fund. As a visionary government, the Nana Akufo-Addo-led government has also commenced the construction of the very first Creative Arts Senior High School. If this is not a visionary, then what is? Did you know the year of return has brought about renewed interest in investments in Ghana? Tourism boomed, foreign investments grew. We cannot afford to let our rejuvenated industry fall into the hands of these Matra and Makwe people. Sankofa wedie, yechipa. We see great fortunes in a Nanado-led government. Great fortunes for the poet, the musician, the art writer, the script writer, the filmmaker, the dancer, the model, and the event organizers, and indeed, all our creative artists. Nyomtufo mipacho mutieme. Underground artists, Moshaho. Round 2 will be a very happy time for us. The NPP government will construct recording studios in Accra, Kumasi, Tamale, and Takrade. The NPP government will also further promote and commercialize the work of our artists. Government shall invest in the building of digital platforms to make the products available on a global market. We are presented with the opportunity to give His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo 4 more to do more. This is not just a slogan, but a call to action, a call to protect our progress. This election is about you. This election is about me. This election is about Ghana. I have decided to follow Nana. I have decided for free SHS. I have decided for 1D1F. No turning back, no turning back. NAPCO before me, NAPCO before me, chop chop behind me, Alawa before me, cancellation behind me. I have decided for more for Nana, no turning back.
Hello, 1, 2.
No turning back. Koprodo, Koprodo, Koprodo.
What a better way to wrap it up. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, once again. We are talking about leadership. We are talking about service. We are talking about leadership with integrity. The bold, courageous, decisive leader, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Let me see your four more years up. And put your hands together once again as we wrap up the session. Short briefs from the manifesto that we present to the good people of Ghana. Let me remind you that we are live across the world on www.newpatrioticparty.org. Social media handles: N Akufo-Addo, M Baumia, NPP Ghana on Facebook and Twitter. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a little sense of humor. Ejako is in the house, and I think that at this stage, as we go on break, I think it is necessary that the Ghanaianness in us, a little sense of humor.
Afa, 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 afa. Ene afa free SHS afa no ayoko kromoti say. Planting for food and jobs afa. Na NAPCO no so afa. Baumia GPS afo afa yanko yadamu ase Ghana fo atia tum dada afo Madam Masi, Ghana for a Jaffa plant here. The Kanamaka, here on my penny, and in a Miss Ramu, Madam, Mumia Patuabaro, Amro 26, form of Anana,
Let's put our hands together once again for Ejako, that little sense of humor. Thank you very much, Mr. President, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We have come to the end of the first session of this historic occasion. Leadership of service, protecting our progress, transforming Ghana for all. We take a break and then we reconvene. Beside you, there is a park, and there's everything in that park. So there's no point you going out. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can feel free for the next 10, 15 minutes. Enjoy yourself with what's in the park. There's no point in you going out. We are reminding ourselves of the COVID protocols. Social distancing is necessary. And thank you very much for your cooperation so far. Afa o, afa. Mr. President, while we are on break, I think that we are going to still entertain ourselves with some more music.
2020, more fun.
There you are.
2020, more fun. 2020, yeah, to a man now. Sure. 2020, my me dream me to a man now. Why you ready now? Sure. Education tea. How about me dream me to a manana? Sure. One village, one down tea, yet to a manana. Sure. You say, what do my so any? Can foresee for more for nana? You say, what's Nina? Nana disunti 2020. Yabet to a man. Education tea. Yet to a man, one village, one dam, yabba to a man. Necessary way, Nana to a betria, regional creation, Nana creatia my say, Queen Sua, Nana, say, Mamma. When ye gribuko, me a drop rush them, Wesunya confirm yetua ko bakina. Afesunya ni edua. Ya ko kasi ni yewu. Engineer Canada si we dey feel kadoshi. E da hopefe. Obi eni chia. Hima media fatisi 2020. Ah. You say. 2020 yetua manana. 2020 yetua. Ah. Why you ready? 2020 yetua manana o. Wakano kweti. Aba miti mitua manana. Yeah. Education ti. Aba miti mitua manana. Yon say. Wanda munti mitua manana. Ah. You must say any. Gana force for more for nana.